All right, as per usual, it doesn't pick it up. So why'd you do that? Who did that? All right. Welcome to the Opinion Planet podcast. I am your host, Nocam.
I am your other host, LSD, also Amadeus Kyouma.
I am your other host, GymBagBob.
And
Can you
tonight,
guys?
can we what?
No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry.
Okay. Just want to thank you all for tonight. It's gonna be a very special episode. It's our holiday special, which means we're gonna talk about like family, what the holidays mean to us, and how excited we all are for this very festive feeling holiday. I'm feeling the jolly spirit swell within me.
We're going to talk about dollar store toys, MREs inside your stockings, singular buckshot that leads up to a more interesting present under the tree. All here on the Opinion Planet podcast.
Hell yeah. See, this is how you market, all right?
This is how you market.
I mean, how do you market effectively?
What are you trying to market?
No, don't answer my question with a question. How do you market effectively?
Create demand. Or create excitement for a product that, something you don't need.
Okay.
Molly, I want you to sell this water to me. I want you to sell water to me. I don't need water.
Yes, you do. You need this to live.
Okay, I could just get it in the faucet.
All right. Let me step in here.
What kind of water am I selling?
Just a bottle of water. It's your product.
Is there a specific brand?
I don't know.
Selling point.
This is all the stuff that you need to be telling me.
Have you ever tried Aquafina?
No, I mean, never really tickled my fancy.
You're missing out.
All right. See, this is the Sigma in me coming out. What you do is instead of trying to, play his game and sell him the water, you throw the water at him and like soak him, and then you say, "Oh, looks like you're wet. Do you need a paper towel? I got some, $5 each." See, you cause the problem and then sell the solution. So, I think what we need to do to apply this to the podcast is we need to cause some like global issue, global conflict that only we have the cure.
Make a ban on podcasts.
So how the fuck does that work? We talk about the ban on this podcast, or is this podcast banned too?
Well, this podcast is we find some sort of loophole. So what's our loophole to keep ours open?
We're not completely fucking degenerate. There are a lot of podcasts that shouldn't exist. I mean, I know obviously we're biased, but if people just listen to us, actually I don't know.
If they just gave us a chance, All right.
I mean, there are a lot of podcasts that aren't bad. I mean, there's the classics, the fucking stand-up comedian podcasts. Some of them are good. A lot of them are the same bit or
so they're good, and then they make another podcast. Like, all right, buddy, I'm listening to your main podcast. I'm not going to go to your other one, and then that podcast stems another one because they have another good buddy. So it turns into like one comedian having like 4 different podcasts. You don't need that much, all right?
No, you just need the one. I mean, you can do crossovers onto like different comedian or different people's podcasts. But
well, I mean, this is also coming from someone who also tried to start up PPWN, but it's an old story.
I mean, there's podcasts that like specifically focus on one subject and they make that their whole thing, which is, that's the easy way to do it. All right, grow some fucking balls. Make your life more challenging. Talk about more than just one thing, even if you are good at just talking about the one thing.
Yeah, I mean that's like with the Angry Planet podcast, they only talk about history. And then they only mainly talk about war. I mean, I guess it's Angry Planet. The planet's angry, so it's very warmongering themed. But
our planet is angry. There's still there's two wars going on, and nothing's really changing.
I mean,
I'm
there's
curious.
more than two going on, but yeah.
No, there's just the two, according to
Yeah, okay.
my education. I'm
Mainstream,
curious.
lamestream media.
Yeah, if we're gonna get the Christmas ceasefire, probably not. But
Do you think we're gonna get a Christmas ceasefire?
no, why the fuck would?
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Ferris. Scared.
No, we're probably not gonna get it. I mean, that like I feel like a lot of people that know at least some of the history behind wars, like everyone's heard of the ceasefire that wasn't planned for World War One.
World War One that the officers got pissed about and like they ended it early and then they just literally just executed.
What? I don't remember hearing that. From my understanding, I mean, yeah, officers were pissed at their respective
Well, no,
sides.
I wasn't saying like literally just executed, but like you might as well call it that because it's a surprise attack.
Yeah. I remember hearing something that like the years after both sides had like the same plan to, all right, yeah, we're gonna pretend to do a ceasefire again, but then we're gonna, bamboozle them. I don't know how
I
true
mean,
that
that's
is.
happened time and time again where they'll like attack during a religious holiday because they know the other side practices it. Very
Like,
scummy. Look at
yeah,
us. We're like Angry Planet Podcast. We're talking about war right now, relating to Christmas. We're literally them. So how about we get a fucking pat in the ass here? Why don't we just take their viewers at this point?
I'm fine with that. We could do with some more viewers. Viewers are what make a podcast. They're what make anything on social media. I mean,
You're starting to sound like D in the food. Food. We need food. We need food to live. Where are you going with this?
I mean, in our case, it is true. We do need food to live. We need subscribers to,
Yeah.
you know,
To
have our
actually
have our
make
message.
this mean anything?
Yeah, because I mean, nothing's really anything until you get another person to agree with you. Like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a soapbox rant until a crowd comes and then it's a rally. So essentially, we're the detesters to society because nobody agrees with us. We're different. We're not like the other podcasts, all right?
I mean, I haven't looked very hard, but I can't find a podcast that's very similar to. I mean, there's gotta be just like random fucking friends just chatting about whatever the fuck it is they want to chat about.
I mean,
You
for
know,
sure, but like the value, I feel like the production value is like heightened on here.
the production value.
Yeah, because like I drew our own characters. I mean, you should what the fuck? All right, we have sound effects. We already have traditions, for advertisements. We have segments. I think to set one thing aside from other similar products or uh pieces of media, you need to separate yourself somehow. So
We're
have different traditions.
we
Hell,
are
go on Twitch right now. You know,
we're answering the demand created by a lack of quality podcasts. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I mean, I feel like most people don't listen to a multitude of podcasts. They have their three, their four, unless you're deep into the podcasting thing as a way to pass time, or you're a true fucking bookworm, but you hate books, so you just listen to people talk, and that's how you get your news, your information.
yeah. I mean, another thing is just watching his streams. Unless you're like a diehard, like I don't know, it's like the most sheeple of sheeple.
I don't know.
Watch, just like sit there and just watch streams. Unless you're like being able to fully engage with it, which is what we try to provide. But
Yeah.
then nobody wants to really just sit there and watch streams.
I mean,
But
I
that's
understand if you're a kid and you have like a favorite streamer and you got nothing going on, but fuck, I think I've watched two streams in my life, and it wasn't more than like 30 minutes. It's some weed YouTuber. Like he, constantly advertises his Twitch. It's like
Yeah.
fuck it. He's going live in like 10 minutes. I want to see what the fuck he does.
Yeah. I mean, that's
mean,
another thing is like, it's kind of like TV shows. You gotta, at least back then, you set aside some time. Like, okay, well, I gotta watch it at this time.
Yeah.
But
Not with us. I mean, you can always just go on YouTube.
you'd always go on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the rest. Literally, and the rest. Like, it's like, I'll look up Opinion Planet Podcast. We're on programs that I don't even recall fucking uploading it to. So, I think that's great.
Yeah, we're putting the message out there.
On accident. Please, I'm begging you. Look at my hard work, all right?
Our hard work.
My hard work that I put into it. Like on Twitch, like that wasn't like a general like pleading. I'm asking you to look at. I'm telling you.
Fucking Ryan Gosling in 24
Yeah.
Loneliness.
It's amazing. Look, it's a GIF itself. You have the snow.
It's a still image. Wait, no, that's because I have it paused. Never mind. Oh, I see the Christmas hats. That's good.
Yeah,
Really
see.
That's
See,
good.
thank you,
I see
thank
the hard
you.
work you're putting in.
Ooh, that tickles my ego. Time to drink.
How does it feel to break your sobriety?
Okay, this is like a whole thing. It feels all right. I actually felt better not drinking, unsurprisingly. Like I actually like went to the gym. Like I normally just do like a couple prison workouts, mostly run throughout the week.
Yeah.
But like go to the gym and then just like bench press and then doing curls by myself.
That's good.
Without like any outside interference. Yeah, I mean it was nice.
Last time I went to a gym was back in May for my Iowa training with my previous job. They had a little rinky-dink gym at the hotel. I wasn't planning on going, but then one of the other trainees, kind of like egged me on to do it. So I did it. I mean, not every day, but at least like 2 out of the 5 days I was there for about a month. Just go there, do something.
Yeah.
Felt nice. I mean, it definitely woke you up. It made, the physical part of the day later not as it didn't fuck you as hard. Just fucked you it fucked you lightly. It wasn't a rough fuck.
Right. I mean that's why I don't mind like this whole army thing of waking up at like 05 fucking 30 and then, working out in the morning.
Does okay, so I have a genuine question. Does exercise actually like give you any health benefits, or is it just like a fucking gimmick?
Like
Okay.
I've noticed without even trying. Remember I had like a shit ton of like acne on my face in like college for no reason. Like I was a fucking adult and I still had that.
Yeah, kinda. I think so.
Yeah, I mean probably wasn't like a shit ton, but still, I mean noticeable difference. Just
There
working
was
out regularly or being able to take deeper breaths is nice.
yeah,
Being
I feel
able
like
to like
breathing is underrated.
yeah, that too. Being able to just walk, or I always just run up the stairs because it's faster. But being able to just walk up, like a couple flights of stairs. Like when I went on leave and I was exploring, I forgot where I was. I think I was just like urban exploration with my brother and sister somewhere. I forgot where, but like I ran up the flight of stairs. It was like 5-6 floors. And then I just stared at them without like hyperventilating at all. Just like, well, yeah, what took you so long? And they both, my brother was pissed for some reason. Like, it's not my fault you don't work out.
No, it is actually.
Yeah,
No,
that's my bad.
There's two different kinds of people. There's the people that will, get pissy about the fact, like, when we were doing the caulking for our school, and we were like being extra. We were running ahead of everyone else and
Yeah.
quit doing it. And we had that one fat bitch that was getting pissed at us for it.
We were the
But
cockman.
yeah, we were the cockmen. Yeah, two different kinds of people. People that it's got to be jealousy. That's all it is. It's just oh, they're putting in more effort than me. They're making me feel inadequate about my own physical health. So
Probably
fuck them.
that. Probably their like teacher pet side of them is like, fuck, I got to do something to be better than them. And I think what really struck home is when we would go back and then look at some other people's like jobs and say, oh, this is shit.
The
Like you
thin
didn't
cut.
fully do it, and then we had to fill it in for them. For
I'm
those of you who
so
don't
sad
know,
it's the same advisory as you guys.
You would have enjoyed it, or you would have had fun.
yeah,
I gave
it seemed like we had a good audience.
What?
It seemed like we had a good audience. I mean, every once in a while there'd be a couple chuckles, or most of the time it was Jesus fucking Christ, would they shut up? But
hey, that's good. All right.
yeah,
It doesn't
and
matter. It's high school. None
yeah.
of those people meant anything.
So what we're talking about is we called ourselves the Cockman, because we were using what was it, like synthetic caulking to place these like little signs on storm drains to like not dump shit in there or something like that.
Yeah.
Not a trash.
Yeah, not for trash,
It was like a school Earth Day. I don't think it was Earth Day, but that
It
type
was
of
Earth Day.
okay.
Yeah,
sweet.
it was an Earth Day event.
We did it every
So it either was on Earth Day or around Earth Day. But yeah.
No, it was pretty good.
Yeah, we did that 2 years in a row. First year, actually, yeah, my brother was involved. But
when we were in 9th grade, they started it, and then they kept going. And I think they still do it.
Do you guys still support Earth Day? Do you still practice it or no?
I don't even know when Earth Day is.
you know what? As soon as we get our own office, we will. But like, I'm an individual. Anything I do is just going to be overshrouded by, industrial companies and, the simple retard dropping a Doritos bag side of the road. Excuse my language.
Undoes all your hard work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have been a lot more I think schools would be a lot better off if they had like that kind of activity, but like once a week for students that wanted to do it. It's just like, okay, you can
Yeah, like a
volunteer.
volunteer event, yeah.
Yeah, do some useful shit for the community, get out of class reasonably.
I mean, college is really like that. Sure, your grades are good, but like, did you do anything else? Did you do any extracurriculars? Are you a good person?
Yeah, I think I've heard something about like a lot of probably more on the Ivy League side of things, but your grades, you can be the fucking like okay, maybe if you're literally the smartest person, they'll accept you. But unless
No.
you are the smartest person, you need a fucking story, or you need something more than just you play the clarinet and your
Yeah.
grade is really good, and you
Because everyone else is playing the clarinet. Their grades are really good.
yeah,
Everyone else's grade is really good. Why should we take? So I was first in my class in 9th and 10th, and then 11th and 12th, I was like, what, 27th out of like a couple hundred. In my I like to say district, most likely school. Yeah, I think it was just a school. But yeah, it was pretty decent percentile. But like for the schools that I wanted to get into,
you needed more.
yeah, they want more. So I did
need a
robotics and shit like that.
I don't know, you need more. Like you personally, you need to go to that university to achieve your lifelong goal. And that goal has to be the cause. It has to be your everything. It has to it's like a book, right? You gotta pitch yourself as if you're the fucking character in a cliche book.
You do, and you eventually feel like one, and then once you like go to college or like see the real world, then it's like I'm insignificant. Nothing really matters. if I, dropped all of my dreams and did something else, then nothing would change.
Do you think you matter? Just in general, or no?
Pride level, no. On a scientific level, yes. And in a,
Elaborate on
I mean, I'm made up of matter, so I do matter. So do you, and so does Molly. So does the viewer listening to this. By scientific standards, you do matter.
No.
But
No.
yeah, more of like a specific. I mean, I matter right now. I matter to the government. If I died, it would be a financial bourbon. Oh, I'm already thinking about alcohol here. It would be a financial burden on the government. They'd need another spot to fill up for the team I'm in. So, I mean, yeah.
So you're saying if we want to hurt the U.S. government for how great it's been to us lately, we just got to get rid of you, and that'll like put a dent.
Get rid of me. Don't frame it like a suicide. So, other people can get like $500,000. But yeah, it's about.
Other
So
people
we
get
just make people think
It wouldn't even like that would not be like even a dent inside the government's fucking budget. It wouldn't even do anything. That's just extra money that they'll just pull out of their ass later.
I mean, aside from the people I know, the person that my death would impact the most would be my landlord, and that is, yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people can say that. I mean, unless they're really important at their fucking job, they got the good old career going. The most important thing that their death means to the average person that isn't, family or friends is that, oh, I've lost a source of revenue. You're still gonna complete the lease.
Yeah. Are we gonna listen back to this in like 5 years and like we have like a decent viewing? We have, our podcast is going places, and then we're gonna change our opinions, or do you think it's just gonna be relatively the same?
Well, we first got to see if this episode is still up in 5 years, but assuming it is,
Why would it? Why would it not be up?
0 for. Well, I guess it's 3-1 for now. Yeah, 3-1.
3-1 for what?
I guess no, because the first iteration of the podcast, that's all private. Well,
Yeah.
actually,
Okay.
those ones
If
are
this is
still.
I
Those
planned
ones are-
it. This is the hardest, or I guess the most work I've put into any project is the podcast, the current iteration right now. Before it was like stuff I can just throw away if I need to, but if they're private, they can always come back. All right.
Okay.
I just need to find the specific ones that have the naughty words. So that was like my version of editing it, was just privating everything and like, well, I don't have to worry about it anymore.
I wonder
But
if there's an AI program that can do a transcript, like listen to all of it and type out a very accurate transcript for you, make it
see,
easier.
that's what I'm thinking. So I guess in a way, I kind of like put them in a, cryogenic sleep, and then I'm waking them up once I find, said cure. It's kind of like some programs that exist.
You gotta let them cook, alright? It's like aging
Yeah.
fine. You gotta let it sit.
No, that's gonna be good. But yeah, I mean, I think even if we don't get anywhere, the only way I can ever justify it whenever I explain that I have a podcast to anyone, embarrassingly, is just it's a time capsule. Something to look back on. When
Yeah.
I'm old, I have dementia, I forgetting everything, listen back, like, I remember.
I mean, in our digital age, it's I mean, it's not, it's can't. I'd say it's comparable to like a fucking family heirloom or that family painting. Obviously, we're not a family. Sorry to
What?
burst your guys' bubble, but
Yeah, we are. We're the OPP family.
I'm fucking my sister. um.
She's my mom, actually, so.
All right, I'm fucking your mom. Where was I going with this?
Did you fuck my mom?
No.
Did you fuck my mom?
Digital media. Fuck my mom, Santa Claus.
Hey, Yeah, it's Christmassy.
Digital media, at least for like YouTube. Um, for me personally, like Snapchat, that's a big one for me. All the fucking memories that I've posted there, I don't have that shit like anywhere else. If my Snapchat account gets deleted, I have lost like 60% of my memories of the past 4 fucking years of what I have done. Like, I can remember the specific instances if like there's something in my brain that triggers it, but the occasional, okay, let me just scroll back on my memories. Oh, that's what I was like. That's how I was feeling at the particular time.
That's why I like taking pictures, just having them on my phone.
Yeah.
Even ones that like, look surreal or like, you're just feeling in the moment. You just take a picture and like, oh, I remember that.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, it's not always. There's like journaling type shit for a lot of the posts as well. I don't know. It's just a good way to take a
It's
snapshot of your
like
life.
a
Digital
diary.
library.
Yeah, digital diary. YouTube, Snapchat, pretty much any fucking content that you post to the public or post for yourself. I mean, me personally, another thing that I like to do is like psychedelic experiences, just like to document particular thoughts, particular feelings in the moment. So that way, if I ever get curious or I'm just wondering what the fuck was I thinking or what was my headspace around that time, I can just pull it up and.
Sometimes you just forget,
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean,
like, what you did.
yeah, it's just a way to prevent forgetting.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Sorry, I'm doing my alcohol tracker. I just finished my Irish coffee here. I'm starting on my wine, so
Nice. I I had a pretty eventful day yesterday. There was a lot of sitting around doing nothing, waiting for my fucking work vehicle to get done at the mechanics, go to pick it
okay.
up. Have to spend like another 40 minutes in their lobby while the mechanic talks to the fucking fleet operator that like authorizes payments and shit. It was just a fucking ordeal. It was
Okay.
annoying. It was
Yeah.
funny, but at the same time I just wanted to take the fucking vehicle and go home. But got home, it was foggy. It was like mid to high 40s as far as weather goes in Minnesota, and it was very foggy. It was misting earlier in the day as well. It is the weirdest Christmas themed weather I recall in a long time.
The foggy Christmas day.
It's supposed to be a rainy Christmas day, I think.
That is weird. I don't know. Global warming, it's good. We'll get to it later.
Yeah,
But
we can talk about that.
no,
According to the female, it's non-existent, but we'll talk about that.
yeah, global warming, not real. Molly, circa 2023.
Yep.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you don't remember?
No.
You said, remember, last Christmas, there's snow, and then you're claiming like that it's not unusual that there's no snow around now. So
No, it is unusual. There's
yes,
no snow.
that just means that you're conservatard because you made that point. Now you're backtracking because I'm calling you out for your bullshit. So
Red hair equals conservatard moment.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas!
Sanitard.
sanitard. You say what?
I
Actually,
finished my point.
yeah.
Yesterday was interesting. I had another fun time taking some psychedelic drugs. The same, well, not the same thing that I took last time I had an experience. It was LSD. It was pretty enjoyable. The physical feelings are pretty sensational. Really fucks with your brain's way of processing just normal everyday living. You start to just see a lot more detail. Your body, like the real fun part is you feel so much stronger physically, and also very made of jello. Like if I was to grab like one of those squeezing balls, like stress balls, you feel so fucking powerful. Like you realize, oh, I could definitely fucking kill someone.
You could just blow that ball up just by squeezing it.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Just the feeling of using your muscles. You can feel it begins to feel like you can feel each individual tendon flexing, responding to your brain's commands, and
You
it's
feel like Incredible Hulk.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I had that thought while just kind of like flexing my hand. I could fucking kill someone, and it's kind of cool, you know. But
They lace it with meth or something? The fuck?
no, no, you at least for me, you kind of just have a lot more random thoughts. I'm gonna try and I thought, oh, I'm thinking about how I could kill someone. That's bad. I shouldn't think about that. It's more fun just think, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely could.
So
I could
this
like
LCD stuff makes you feel different.
LCD. Yeah, it does, yeah. LCD. But no, I mean the other memorable parts, music, it just sounds better. Well, I don't know about better per se. It sounds different, which is always enjoyable. And
So I like drinking. Is the
yeah,
equation to
it's
equate it
good.
to that.
It fucks with your senses and it gives you a slight reprieve from sobriety, and it's enjoyable. I
So it's
think
a
if I were,
more fun, lighthearted alcohol.
yeah, I mean, I think, fuck, if you were heavily drunk all the time or like peaking on acid 24/7, you'd hate it.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be sober my entire life than tripping my entire life, but I can have my cake and eat it too when it comes to this matter.
You can have your LCD and alcohol too.
I've been told that that's not a good comment. You know, that one time that I was fucking blackout drunk was the day that I was tripping beforehand, or the
You
earlier in
had
the day.
LSD in your system.
Yeah, the
I had LCD in my system and then drank a lot.
that was the Cold War party.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember telling you that like you won because you had other substances earlier.
I've been told that mixing alcohol and LCD is not enjoyable, and I can definitely see why. Um, like part of the fun with LCD is all the extra sensations or like I don't know, sound in particular, like not referring to music, but just sitting in the quiet bench outside. It feels like you hear more of the background noise, the chattering, all the fucking raindrops, crickets, the families, the kids screaming.
Like,
I don't
does
know.
it amplify it? Does it make it more annoying? What does it? What
No,
does it
it's
do?
not more annoying. It just like you tune you tune a lot of shit out normally because it makes life easier to just focus on what specific task you want to do
Yeah.
or a
So it
specific
takes
thing.
some mental blocks out, pretty much.
Yeah, at least for me. You just start to get a lot more distracted by literally fucking anything. I get
It's kind of cool.
distracted looking at the ceiling, playing with my cats, um, or even just, thinking, oh shit, I could definitely fucking kill someone. Wouldn't it be kind of funny if, like, I was a crazed LCD serial killer? I don't know, it's just fun to run with it for the fuck of it. Now, if you actually start to act on those, serial killer
Write a story
tendencies,
about it.
well, yeah, that could be interesting.
Why don't you, come up with other desires, like
No.
writing in a journal or something? You know,
You've never thought when you're drunk, oh, I could totally kick the shit out of someone right now. They wouldn't stand a chance.
no.
All right.
I don't. I never feel that. I always humble myself.
I
So
don't.
I humble myself.
I was
So I
feeling
surprise
invincible.
myself when I topple my leader in their own front lawn. All right.
I was feeling invincible. I mean, I definitely wasn't. It's like inflated sense of self for sure, especially because your coordination.
Okay. I guess for like drunkenness, you feel like it's more of a, you know, this is probably dumb, but things it'll work out. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Not like the, I could jump off a roof. It's more like, social things. It's like I could talk my way out of this if I wanted to.
Yeah, it just gives you confidence. It's just a frame of mind. I mean,
I guess, yeah.
when I've been tripping or drunk, I don't know. You take more chances because I don't know, I guess like with alcohol, you got the liquid courage. I mean, depending on how far gone you are,
Yeah.
you either have liquid courage or you literally can't walk straight. With any psychedelic, I mean, you could be completely immobilized and just you can't even really stand or walk properly, or you could feel like you're invincible and that you're capable of anything you do sober, but you're going to be better because you're on not saying it's
Exactly.
true. I'm just saying that's part of the feeling, that's part of the fun of it.
It's feeling
But otherwise,
everything is going to work out.
yeah, I don't know, the only other noteworthy parts of the night, I mean, it makes it so you really can't sleep for like minimum 7, 8 hours after you take it, I'd say.
Yeah.
Or you can even try to fall asleep, and it depends on all acid is made different. But yeah, after like 9:30, just walked outside, bought some cigarettes, chain smoked because fuck it, I've never chain smoked before, and if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it while tripping.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, I've done it without tripping, so.
well, good for you, you fucking nicotine addict.
Hey, that's been a while since I've had that too.
Yeah, that was my eventful day yesterday, and today has just not really felt like a real day. Day after is always
Dead.
like it's a little bit of dead, a lot of like brain fog.
You
Or
act dead.
I mean, yeah. I mean, fuck. I have an article pulled up talking about how LSD specifically affects the brain. Bonds with proteins on the surface of brain cells called serotonin receptors. Serotonin's fucking chemical messenger that helps the brain communicate. If you want to be a real science egghead about it, it talks about like the specific receptors. It's still like kind of unknown how LSD attaching to those receptors does what it does to your brain, in terms of like your thought processes changing or like the visual shit that you can see. How does that work? Does it bind to your fucking eye receptors? I mean, I'm sure there's probably some paper on it, but if there's not, then that's crazy. How does that shit work? I mean, with alcohol, um, you drink a lot. You've had the spins before.
Yeah,
How does
of
alcohol
course.
give you the spins? What's the scientific method behind that?
My guess would be, I mean, I don't know if you're genuinely asking, but my guess would be
I,
it somehow like affects it's like the fucking, there's like, liquid inside your ears, right? Or like there's some
um,
sort of like stabilization within your inner ear.
equilibrium? Is that where you're
I mean, it creates equilibrium, but there's some sort of liquid that keeps you stable inside your ears. And
spinal fluid?
I don't know, I don't know if it's spinal fluid, but it's liquid that's in your inner ear that keeps you on balance. Because your mind can sense that. I would guess that it would like somehow affect the pathway between your liquid inside your inner ear, or it's bugging me now. But liquid that makes you poop, that's not what I wanted.
Out of.
Endolymph is a physiological fluid that fills the inner ear's labyrinth and serves crucial sensory functions.
Look at that, I'm
Vibrational
still
waves transmitted following the displacement of this fluid from outside stimuli convey information about sound, position, and balance to central sensory neural structures. So, travel by a fluid, does the alcohol, it like binds to the blood that's flowing and it starts fucking with it. It just
okay. Yeah,
it,
another thing is so it takes messages from your eyes and your inner ear, which contains the vestibular system, and other body parts. So I mean, once one thing is skewed, your balance is kind of fucked up.
Yeah. I found. What were you gonna say, Molly?
When I was a kid, liquid just shot out of my ear one day.
Gross.
Yeah.
Anything to like you
No.
fall or in pain?
It was uncomfortable. That's all I remember.
Did you take a shower beforehand?
No.
The fuck?
I was waiting for my mom to bring me to my doctor appointment.
Did you mention that at the doctor?
No.
Why the fuck not?
I don't know.
The liquid spat out of your ear, and you're not like,
Mom,
maybe I should bring this up.
No, I was just like, oh, I didn't know ears did that.
I guess it's just a normal occurrence. I had my ear period today.
That's pretty interesting. No, I found how substances attach and latch and fuck with your senses. I find that very interesting. I mean, you can break it down scientifically, but at the same time, it still feels a bit like magic to me how it all does it. It's crazy. I don't know. I guess it's the same way that your fucking body breaks down food into protein and does all that other essential survival shit. The human body and the human mind are truly amazing.
It is. Oh shit. Here we are. I'm actually on alcohol.org, which I didn't exist. I was like, oh, that's badass. And then I realized it was the American Addiction Center. And, well, I'm
That's
here
not-
now. And there's a message that pop up. You're not alone. We can help you. Let's chat. I'm going to open it up, tell them I'm drinking wine right now, and it's really good. Okay, so... Okay, however, when the person drinks, this changes. Alcohol thins the blood, which creates a difference in density in the fluid canals and the capula. The shape of the capula is distorted, ways not associated with the person's movement, orientation, space, or balance. The stereocilia the stereocilia tell the brain that the body is moving much more than it actually is. What is the stereocilia?
So
I think that would be something to look up, but
I got a question for both of you.
It's a function that tells you that the body's moving much more than it actually is. When you look one way, and then, when you're drinking alcohol, sometimes, or even just last night, I noticed sometimes it's easier to read when you have one eye open, because it's just kind of fucked. It just fucks with your vision.
Yeah, I've had that before, like when driving, you
All right.
I'm joking on that part, but I've had that like trying to text someone, even when high, or drunk, or tripping on mushrooms, like that same phenomena, I guess if you want to call it that, occurs where just close one eye and it kind of makes it easier to coordinate on what you're trying to do. No, I was going to ask both of you. Well, we'll start with you, Jason, so that Bird has time to think. Would you rather take a drug that fucks with your mind's perception of the environment around you, or a drug that fucks with your mind's perception of how your own body feels? Which sounds more exciting to you?
So body or world around you?
Yeah, body or mind, pretty much.
I'm gonna finish off this topic real quick. The stereocilia is minuscule hair, like protrusions, that come inside the inner ear, and it like senses the movement of the liquid inside your inner ear. So it's kind of like your gyroscope, human gyroscope, stereocilia. But yeah, so I guess I was right. It fucks with the inner ear balance. Fuck yeah, I'm a genius. I would prefer the environment around me. It would be interesting to interact with. At least I feel that. I feel like maybe to start off with, if I'm starting off with, something, I would rather it affect the environment around me rather than it being, internally, that might freak me out a little bit, or internally fucking with me.
All right, Mom, what about you?
Either way, I know I'm gonna have like an actual panic attack about it.
You just have to like
Probably world.
not have a panic attack about it. Just embrace it.
Yes, of course. So
I
simply.
mean, so kind of
I-
like me when I did the, this edible ain't shit moment. You
Yeah,
know,
you just
I could
you
have freaked
embrace.
out about it, but I said, you know what? I embraced it. Yeah, I embraced it.
Okay, so both of you would go with mind
Yeah.
then. Okay.
I
Well,
I
to
would go
answer-
with affecting the world around me. Yeah.
Okay. So to answer your well, I guess to give you a real life answer, um, your option that you chose is LSD, but it still fucks with your body, like with how your body feels. Hence the whole like, oh, I feel like I could definitely fucking kill someone.
Yeah, I mean, I guess alcohol would be kind of the same because it's affecting like
That is,
spinning,
is
a spinning of
is
the
alcohol,
world or how you
is
perceive the world.
is alcohol more of like a mind buzz or a body buzz? That's the true question. You're the resident
Definitely.
alcoholic. I'm gonna leave that answer to
Yeah,
you.
definitely. I would say um mind at first. I would say I mean mostly anything is mental. Everything obviously stems from the mind, and everything you perceive, comes and goes throughout the brain and the brainstem. But I could I would say it's more of a mental thing. I mean, it affects your
Starts off,
balance.
starts off mental, and then the more you ramp it up, the more physical it gets.
Yeah, okay. I think that's actually the point I was trying to get to. So I think that's the best way to put that. Yeah.
Interesting. LSD, I'd say, is like the opposite. You start off with the physical. You start noticing just like different sensations. Like your hands don't like when you clench them, it starts to feel different. Um, or your teeth, or your hearing. But then you start to notice your vision feeling a bit different,
Yeah.
or the standard shit. No, I was gonna say for like the other substance that was interesting, MDMA or Molly, not as intense on the visuals. Like I got um like there was a very strong white hue to everything,
Yeah.
but nowhere near as like what mushrooms or acid can do for you visually, but physically, that's a whole nother fucking realm of.
Yeah. I would love to try that, but not like microdosing like a pussy, you know.
It doesn't hurt to microdose or take a small dose, or maybe
Yeah,
not
I know. I
microdose.
just thought it would be
Oh,
funny. All right.
yeah, I'll jump you in with like 4 tabs right away for your first acid
4
experience.
tabs, 10 fucking cloves and mushrooms. So what I tried doing is I tried doing a little segment here saying like if I could do like a sobriety test online, like if that exists. Immediately I got help was available. Speak with someone today. And I'm starting to think it's an issue. I stopped drinking for half a month, all right? I'm not addicted.
Can you pass a drug test online?
That's what I was trying to see if there was like a little segment if I could do. I guess maybe next time. I think the problem is that this episode and next episode I have to drink because, why would you not drink on, you know, um,
Your
New
home
Year's
base.
Day?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
kind of it's kind of part of the tradition. But from then on, I seriously do want to just stop and just focus on getting healthier. It's
Yeah.
not like a New Year, New Me thing. It's just more of like a general.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, I think I know what drug to spike your guys' drinks with now. That's good.
I'm excited.
Drink.
I won't spike it. I'll just say I put it in there, and then
I still really want to like invite like Elias over or something, and then say that we spiked his drink with something, and then just watch the placebo effect take charge. I don't think I can drive anymore, guys.
See, I think if we were to do that, I'd have to be the one to say it.
Yeah,
I don't
for
think
sure, because he doesn't trust you at all.
Yeah. I mean, he did call me out of the blue on Tuesday night
Weird.
asking about a gift for Molly, because apparently she used to collect like Uno games.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I wasn't supposed to
So
actually
she's
tell you.
buying a gift.
No, he got a fucking Disney Uno from his work, and he called me asking like, Molly used to collect Uno games, right? And I told him I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I don't remember this at all.
You don't?
If he knew that, then why does he
Or-
call? Why is he calling to ask? Why doesn't he just give
Well,
it to her?
The more he talked about it, the more I actually kind of remembered it to be true, but it was more fun to gaslight him, like, you're just making shit up. What the fuck do you actually want? But, no, because I don't fucking know. I'm not him. I don't know why
We
he wouldn't
played
just.
Disney Uno one year at my family's Christmas.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, played Uno when?
Disney Princess Uno.
When?
Not us three. Carter and I at one holiday event with my family. Because it was the only Uno we could find.
So you do own a copy.
Back from like early 2000s.
Okay, that's good.
So.
Okay, so that's why he was asking. I thought it was like he knew for sure that he didn't have it. But like it was like, she collected Uno stuff, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much how I was like, hey, I got a gift. Molly used to collect Unos, right? Yeah, because she bought like Dose that one time. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
because she bought
was-
like Cards Against Humanity that one time, so she loves Uno.
It was eventful. I wasn't expecting it. All right.
Well, yeah.
Otherwise, Molly, how exciting was your week? What have you done?
I listened to 2 hours and 15 minutes straight of Last Christmas yesterday at work. All different versions. Surprisingly, I am not sick of the song yet either.
That's disgusting, first off. And second, did you get to the Middle Eastern guy singing it?
No.
Oh.
My coworker, the one that was on the podcast, Mara, she found a playlist that had 40 different versions of Last Christmas. And so we played it at work because that was the one Christmas song neither of us like hated yet. By the end of that 4 out those 40 versions of that song, we are still not sick of that song. None of the covers are really that good. The original is still the only like actual good one. But that's the only fun thing that happened to me this week, pretty much. Work was pretty boring, very slow, very dull.
I think you should take some LSD with me.
No, I'm good. I don't want to.
Would it be fun?
I just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
One of my other coworkers got a new dog. It was in a litter with 15 other dogs.
God damn. What kind of dog? Why do they have another dog?
Why do they have another? Because their emotional support service dog had got ran over by a semi-truck. So they got a new dog to replace it.
This is the dog that they like purposefully
I
cut
finished my second glass, or actually my first glass of wine. My bad.
So they purposefully cut the ear.
Not the ear, part of its tail.
They purposefully cut off part of its tail.
Yeah, to make it look scarier. An emotional support dog.
Why would they do that? What do they need it to look scarier for in the Midwest? In the rural Midwest?
Absolutely no reason. That dog is absolutely, like, terrified, though, because she brings it to work with her. Every single day that she's walking into the door, she is dragging the dog behind her because that dog does not wanna go inside.
Can I call that person retarded?
I was genuinely considering calling animal cruelty services on them for that shit. I still might for the fucking cutting the tail part.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't like the way this person handles animals. They don't deserve animals.
If you see something, say something.
Yeah.
See, but everything is, like, based off of things I've heard other people saying about her. I have never witnessed, like, her being, like, rude to the animal or
I mean,
Have you
okay,
seen
so
the
you
an-
hear anecdotes, right? And then you see, parts of it coming true, like that you see the animal's fear. So then you could see, you hear one thing, one side, and then you see some anecdotes that you've personally experienced.
Have you seen the tail of the dog yourself?
I didn't pay attention to it before, but
You should look and see, and if it is
Why don't you just
mangled or
ask?
whatever, just ask, like, hey, how did that happen?
Yeah,
And then if they say
yeah.
that I cut it, then you fucking punch them, uppercut their nose, and hope the bone breaks and travels into their fucking brain.
no,
What do you mean no?
I
I know that you said that just for a transitional segment, but what do you mean no?
I am not gonna punch someone at work.
Grab the fire
I do know
extinguisher and
where
just
they
spray
live.
them down.
We do know where they live.
Yeah.
2026.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be the aerial support, you'll jump out of the plane.
Yeah, there we go. It's the singular fucking T-11 parachute in the sky in Minnesota. Nobody's gonna ask any questions.
It'll be nighttime. You can land in nighttime, right?
Nighttime combat. I've done it before.
Hell yeah.
Her whole thing is that she loves animals as well. Like, she acts like every animal deserves, like, a better life than she gives it a worse life, probably, actually. But, she had a bunch of cats. They're all outside cats now.
Okay.
Uh, you know, then she'll get animals and then try to give them to someone else. She brought home a cat one day, tried to give it to Mara to take it. When she got her last dog that just got ran over, she also tried to give it to Mara. That dog's name was Rip, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
The
Okay, you already told this story before, right?
I probably, but yeah, and then this dog that she just got, she tried to give it to a different one of my coworkers who was leaving for Arizona for 3 months after Christmas. So she was just like, "Yeah, just take the dog with you to Arizona for like the next 3 months. Just keep it, take it." Even though she just rescued it. Um that's Carter and I got Salem because she found it outside. Found Salem outside. But we're pretty sure that she found it somewhere or heard about that litter specifically from somewhere and just took it home. Cuz she does that a lot. Cuz the person that she's with, fiance, I guess, uh does not like it when she brings home animals. So she lies and says she just finds them on the side of the road.
She just finds animals on the side of the road
Or like she'll hear about an animal from someone and then she'll go over there and look at them.
and then ruin its life.
What did you say?
And then ruin its life?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Sid, Sid from Toy Story 1. He
Oh,
just
yeah.
finds toys and then he just fucking
And-
violates them.
Yeah.
So it's a resung tale. Sid. Why don't we just refer to this person as Sid? Is my joke funny yet?
What?
Is my joke funny yet?
No. You aren't drunk enough for it to be funny.
Christmas.
You know, anytime I hear the ho ho ho, it just reminds me of that time at school where you just looked at me and was just like, you remind me of Christmas.
You remind me of Christmas. But Santa Claus, that's so fucking dumb. It is such the worst. It was like the shittiest joke / insult ever. But like for some reason that became like a inside joke thing.
Yeah.
Remind me of Christmas.
So fucking funny. Because,
It's
like,
like, what's that? Sorry, that was my Chandler Bing years, I guess.
I was probably like the worst person to make that joke onto. Because at that point in time, I hadn't even had my first kiss. I was in a quote unquote one relationship
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, wasn't it with Shane?
Yeah.
I still have his number and I texted him like I think it was like a couple months ago. I tried interacting with
Why?
him. Because I think it would be funny to reignite it. And I just asked a simple question, is this Shane? And I never got a response back. So he might have changed his number. But
Didn't you tell him your name was Phil?
I did. I'm certain I did. I think I could find this old conversation here. Now, if we had an actual viewer base, I'd post this hiatus. Interesting, because I I texted them out of nowhere. Ayo, mate, who is this? Whoever you want it to be. You know, mind you, this is in 2018. All right, this is January, which on our other project, we need to incorporate this somewhere. All right.
We really do.
I just coming up. I just realized it was 2018. Whoever you want it to be, I'm taken. Sorry. What? You were my biggest crush in preschool. And then he said he wasn't in preschool. I said, well, keep looking. And then still didn't get a name. Sent a picture of some random fat person I found on Images. And then he said he couldn't get pics on his phone. Yeah, and then I mentioned his friend, this Thomas kid, and I thought it was, that said person. So he said, sup, TJ. And then I pulled Obi-Wan Kenobi and said, this is not the person you're looking for. I am a rather invincible person. Or invisible. I wish I said invincible. Invisible person. Yeah, essentially that led up to me calling myself Phil, all right? I'd love to leak those texts, but like nobody cares enough. But I still have them, Shane. All right? And I still have the whole hiatus of I woke up crying because I had a dream about kissing her.
I think that was the lowest point in my life. The week that I dated him.
I mean, you were curious. He was a person who existed. And then I was like,
and that's all it took.
why not? You're exploring. All right. No, that's what
14 then,
high
wasn't
school
I?
is for, right? What's that?
Yeah, I was 14.
I was like 9th grade, yeah.
And he was a junior. So 16 or 17.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, he was kind of fucking weird for that. So that was that was your lowest point, wasn't it? You're dating someone like 4 years older than you. You guys didn't even do anything.
No, this day after I said yes to him when he asked me out, he gave me a dead rose. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. But that does that is some good foreshadowing, for the writers above us, I
He
do like
gave me
that.
a dead rose and said that it will last as long as our love does.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's obvious foreshadowing. How did he not expect that?
Because dead roses, they like, I don't know, there's something to do with dead roses that make people like, oh, I love them. They
It's a,
last
it's a dead when I think of a dead rose, I think of it just sitting on a tombstone. Right? All I think of is death.
dead.
It lasts as long as my relationship. Yeah, it's already dead. It died when, you initially came in contact with it. Obvious foreshadowing. He didn't take the message. Yeah, it was kind of weird. He had immediately went into honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
Day one. And then had a dream.
About kissing 14-year-old me.
An almost 18-year-old. Wanting to. All right. I feel like that's one of the only towns that's not covered inside some sort of predatorial investigation. So I feel like OPP really needs to up their game. Please, people, watch this show so we can start conducting business here. We've heard of three too many cases, I'd say. Maybe two too many. So we had that Andrew kid too. But yeah, there's too many fucking cases out there, right? But yeah, that was an event that occurred. That was it's like a little Fortnite event.
Have I ever told you the time where I was at Walmart and this random man came up to me and asked if my birthday was like November 10th, 1992?
No.
He kept trying to guess my age to see if I was a legal adult so he could ask me out.
Did he have his phone pointed up and everything? It was
No.
like a whole video. How old was this person?
He looked probably 30s.
Why is a 30-year-old asking you out?
This was when I was 17.
All right.
That doesn't get any better.
All right.
No, and then when I was leaving Walmart, because I was with my mom, we were walking out and he yells out to my mom, I know she's underage, but you have a beautiful daughter.
All right. Opinion Planet Podcast Predator Sector. Coming 2026. Watch out.
We'll have to play them in a game of Clunker Strike, and if they
Yeah.
lose,
I would love that. You should play against them. That'd be amazing, especially if it's like a Discord pedophile. It's like, you should be familiar with this game. It's on Discord.
like best 2 out of 3, the first round you kind of do really bad, make them think, okay, I got a fighting chance.
Yeah, like Skeeter.
Yeah.
Which one did you end up watching? I know you watched them last night.
I just watched the Mortal Kombat one.
Oh, okay. Because he just posted one like an hour later.
Yeah.
Some guy who ended up going on a stretcher. Like, he showed up to his house.
Yeah, his wife was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
What the hell? I love that because most of the time it's like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna tell my wife myself. And they're telling them some bullshit like, I got caught up in some bullshit. They're coming up with lies.
Yeah.
It's HD. It's caught in 4K. But yeah, that activity does disgust me, and I see it way too much. Like, at least in a lot of other people's anecdotal stories. I've seen it before. Like a shirtless man running and then approach like a couple kids playing at a playground. They don't even live in that area, and they're just approaching. And that's a story I've told before, but the audacity that you have to have. But I don't know.
Being a parent in that situation.
I think at that point it should be illegal to just,
I don't care. Yeah,
get it like a double barrel, shoot it once in the air, and then the next bullet's for you, buddy.
I think one at the foot, like the other one's at your head. I don't know, like if I was at a fucking park with my kids and then some like shirtless guy started running up to them and talking to them.
He's like encouraging them to work out.
Yeah. But I am like run and fucking tackle the guy.
What if it was a woman in a tiny tank top and shorts?
I would fucking break her back.
Okay.
Completely.
I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's. I mean, you already know my opinion on it, all right? My opinions on people are genderless. My respect for people are genderless, all right? I approach it with like a. I like to imagine myself approaching things with a neutral mindset, and with gender not contributing to the equation very much. And I think with my mental state, I can achieve that. But
it reminds me of this fucking prank video where it's exactly this: some guy in a fucking bathrobe just walks into a park that kids are playing at, and he just unveils the robe. He's got like clothes on underneath, but still, what the fuck?
That was a prank, just pretending to be a pedophile.
All the fucking cops on them.
Pranked.
I would still probably kill them.
Kill your kids. You got pranked.
You thought I was going to sexually abuse your kids and then imprint a traumatic memory for them to live with for years to come. You got.
I didn't touch them. You can't touch me.
Yeah. They didn't enter my van, so you cannot touch me.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's an no. Sometimes you just have to beat the shit out of someone.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very often, but yeah, those would be one of those times.
That's why you should be the governor of Minnesota. Rewrite some legislature.
Yeah, anyone who disagrees with me, I can just start saying, "Oh, so you're in favor of diddlers having their way?"
Yeah, you're in favor of pedophilia then. And then just next day, literally just come out with it's like some sort of, what is it called? A smear campaign. It's like literally the next day, this guy supports kid diddlers.
Dennis Reynolds?
That's what I was thinking when you were talking about the guy just walking up shirtless. Dennis Reynolds. All right. So that was very morbid. Those topics. I feel like, yeah, that one thing spawned into another, and then, my alcoholic self went into the emotional side of my brain. Emotional side said to be angry about something, so I went into that. But, Molly, I blame you. Next is, we could talk about global warming. What's the buzz with that?
Should we... Oh, shit.
Oh, we have a caller.
What's that? Yeah. I told them they can hop on whenever because the other guest bailed on us. So might as well spice things up. I guess that would actually not be bad. I actually never revoked their caller privilege, so they just kind of hopped in there. But yeah, going into talking about actual Christmas and topics, we could talk about to our guest. As you're saying,
should we should we talk about the corporate ladder? Play the fad and then switch over to our guest.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. You're a genius.
Yeah, we'll be back. OPP Live, talking about Christmas, the corporate ladder, and how to climb it, and global warming, and how by the time it's 2060, you're not going to have a fucking planet to live on.
Christmas. Everyone's favorite holiday, right?
Right. Shut up so we can actually do this, yeah.
I thought you wanted
Amadeus Kyouma.
Are you having difficulties climbing up the corporate ladder? Is your boss expecting you to move up faster than you're really comfortable with? Then why not consider purchasing the corporate ladder? My company, Corporate Creations, takes great pride in coming up with ways to reinvent the wheel, and we have done exactly that for the ladder. No more will you have to exert yourself moving up a ladder, or even have to inspect it before use to make sure it's safe enough for you to climb up upon. Using a highly advanced electric internal combustion motor pressurized by a reverse vacuum suction expansion lithium-ion cobalt battery charged motor, the ladder will act as an escalator for you, completely eliminating the need for you to move your feet and your hands. Simply step onto the ladder, press the button, and make sure you have a firm grip, and the ladder will take you up to whatever height you set it to. Many experts in our blue-collar field have already gotten their hands on our product, and they're all loving how efficient it's making their job sites. So, order your corporate ladder today for the low price of $80,000 or monthly payments of $3,000, and we'll be seeing you at the very top of the job site. Disclaimer: no warranties available for ladders. All purchases are final and are locked into contract with agreement. Contract avoids lawsuits. Contract must be signed prior to purchase. Disclaimer: the reverse vacuum suction expansion lithium-ion cobalt battery charged motor is still going through testing by third-party agencies for review. Do not assume it'll work. Manual climbing may be required with your corporate ladder frequently.
Now we return to our host. Welcome back. I hope you like that advertisement. I did rip, was it World 3 music from Super Mario Bros. Wii at the end there? So, yeah, Nintendo didn't really do anything for the last one, so I doubt they'll do anything this time. So,
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to talk about the corporate ladder. Are you guys climbing your corporate ladder? Do you plan to?
No,
Why not?
I don't have an answer.
Ooh, got put on the spot and choked.
you are quieter than usual, Miyamoto. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy.
But you're gonna
Like,
be that guy.
Yeah.
Quieter how?
Oh, there we go. That sounds better. Never mind.
What? Am I just like normally deep throwing my microphone or something?
I guess normally, yeah. I mean, last time, I guess if you were, then I guess you were.
Can we turn your audio up to Gluck Gluck 3000?
Yeah.
That way.
Why is it not on Grubbin? All right. If you're an Opinion Planet supporter, then you're part of the Pizza Army, so which was established circa 2020.
Well, there we go. I'm currently grubbing on beer.
You're drinking tonight, so we have 2 drunks.
I mean, I wouldn't count myself as a drunk. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
not drunk yet, but I am a drinker.
Okay.
But I don't have a drinking problem either because I can drink just fine.
According to Google, you do, because I tried looking up an online sobriety test for like some sort of segment we could do.
I
But
did see that, and looks like a lot of bullshit. So that, yeah.
yeah, exactly. But I did. You guys almost gave me shit at the poker table. You know, yeah, I said I took a 2-week. Was it?
Like a hiatus.
Yeah, 2-week hiatus from drinking. It was like a tolerance break. That's what I called it. And then somebody said that. Oh, that's what they call it nowadays. What?
I believe that was myself.
Yeah. What did you mean by that?
Because you don't need a tolerance break, right?
I actually do. I actually
through.
felt it more. Like I drank last night for the first time in like, half a month. All right, it sounds more powerful when I say that instead of just 2 weeks.
Right, instead of 2 weeks.
Yeah. And the effect, like, I actually felt like I was drunk again, Before it was just kind of like everything just kind of got slowly more numb, but the effects are greater when I take breaks.
I guess that works that way.
You just weren't drinking enough when you had your tolerance. That's the issue.
Right. That's kind of
Okay.
what I was leaning towards. If you're not getting drunk, you're obviously not drinking enough, so you need to increase.
Okay, so 12, so I need to get like a 24-pack instead of a 12-pack of beers, and then
or just stop beers altogether and just drink
start
ethanol.
Yeah. Just straight for ethanol.
Yeah. You should really just cut everything out and just go straight with ethanol.
Being drunk is actually just a result of ethanol poisoning, so I think that would be perfect.
Yeah. I mean, you effectively you could buy the ethanol in bulk and then save money in the long run.
Yeah, just add some fucking like flavor syrups to it if you really need to.
Nah,
squeeze
I mean,
lemon or something like that.
Pussy. You start like mixing it with other flavors. You're a pussy. Just start drinking gasoline with that ethanol in it.
Add some fuel additives to your next alcoholic beverage. It'll clean you out good.
They got ethanol and gas to reduce engine knocking. So I mean,
it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, it's
African Americans, I'm sorry.
horrible.
Yeah, how about male loneliness? Okay, well, loneliness.
All right, let's start from the top. All right, Christmas. What are some Christmas traditions that you might be missing out on, or
Family,
or something that you're used to?
Cigarettes being put out on my skin.
Right. Well, it's a tradition nonetheless.
I actually did that like a month ago.
I noticed. I thought you were getting like meth sores or something, so I asked about that.
I just wanted to give it a shot, see if I still felt something. Turns out I do, at least in that spot.
You need What spot do you think if you put it out in your like chest or something? Do you think you just wouldn't feel it?
If I butterflied my chest open and then tried to put it on my heart, I wouldn't feel anything.
All right, so that's a testament to like actually like benching and working out, right?
No, I meant like cracking my sternum open and physically opening the chest cavity up.
Yeah.
Okay, so
like it's like if you put a cigarette out on your brain. Like,
well, I mean, obviously you're not gonna feel it on your brain because your brain has no nerve endings. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you put it like out on anywhere else, I feel like you'd feel it.
You can put it on
I guess like on your bone or something. Yeah.
Your nail. That's probably like the best you're gonna get.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that, right? All right. All this aside, Christmas.
Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho!
Chrysler.
So yeah, what do you guys do for Christmas? What's your fun family tradition?
Yep.
No,
Alright.
Cam, why don't you start?
Very cringe and unusual. So, for some reason, my mom every year, my mother, my biological female parent, would she started the tradition of getting us MREs instead of stocking. All right.
What's that?
That's all I got.
Military.
It's a meal ready to eat. All right. It's a military meal, very very shit. But like when you're civilian, it's like I'm curious. I want to try this. Yeah, I know. I literally said this pure cringe. All right, and I bet you don't even know what that's from. It's from the game Omari. All right, but yeah. Yeah. No, it is pure cringe. Well, like that was like something that she started, and then I think the last Christmas, it's because our grandfather, he served during the Cold War. She got us whoobies. So it was very. It was an interesting tradition. I don't know what it stemmed from. At some point she said that she should have joined the military when she was younger, so I think she was just kind of,
Do you think she's cut out for military?
No. I think she was too overweight at the time, especially.
You should tell her that. Christmas gift.
I think she already knows. But yeah.
It's good that she knows, but she needs to know that you know.
that I acknowledge that she would have been useless. Right. Yeah, yeah.
My Christmas traditions?
Yeah.
I don't really think there is any traditions I have. Have you noticed anything over the years? Because
your sister shows up late.
that's not even a Christmas tradition. That's just her.
It's a tradition for pretty much any event that she's invited to.
Yeah.
If it's part of the culture, it's tradition.
Yeah, her grandma has at least like 2 or 3 out-of-pocket racist moments, like unprovoked, unprompted, just out of nowhere. Fuck the black people type shit.
See, but that's whenever you talk to her, that's not specifically a Christmas tradition.
Yeah, that's true. There's the obligatory board game, card game.
I guess, yeah. After we open presents, we play a board game.
I swear to God, if we're playing fucking Bargain Hunter, I'm not playing Bargain Hunter.
No, we won't play Bargain Hunter.
Boring ass game.
What is that, Bargain Hunter?
I'll let you take that. No.
It is a game probably from like the 80s or something like that. You pretty much you go around the board, and then on the board there's things like restaurant, spin the spinner, and then pay 10 times that amount. So if you land on like an 8, you have to pay the bank $80.
It's like Monopoly, but instead of properties, you're buying a checklist full of appliances.
Yeah. Pretty much think of if you were going to be buying a house, what items you would all need to buy for that house. So like a dresser, a bed.
It's a luck-based money management game, and it's very fucking tedious. So yeah, that's
You went into credit card debt.
Yeah, you can go into credit card debt, and it's
interesting.
And there's a rich uncle that can pay for it if you get the card.
It's very Monopoly.
Yeah.
I'd rather play Monopoly. At least that. Like, I can personally bankrupt someone. I can personally be the reason that someone's out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we played Monopoly, just all 3 of us against Elias. It just ended up being like a thing. Just like a team effort to piss him off.
I don't remember this. I love
it. It was when I first moved into that apartment there.
Yeah, before your mom even lived there.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. Elias tried stealing from the bank. Yeah.
That was a good time. That's why I wish, I just kind of had my own apartment.
Yeah.
But
did we ever play Space Jam Monopoly, or did we just?
We played it once inside Carter's apartment, right? And then we tried selling it because I wanted to do that thing where like we sell things and then we exponentially get more expensive, and nobody would want to trade it.
Yeah, start off with fucking Space Jam Monopoly, end up with a Lamborghini Urus.
No, it was like we went to like an OPP van, for the parade.
A parade van.
Yeah, wouldn't you want a parade van? It says your name on the side. You're just presenting yourself for the parade.
I mean, not my name particularly, but OPP, sure.
All of our guests' first, last names, address, date of birth.
Yeah, it's like some sort of like Pinterest. Not Pinterest. What's that fucking thing that people provide money to support your business?
Cash App? Venmo?
Cash App?
We're keeping-
Patreon. All your Patreon people on the side of the van,
Any other traditions?
Yeah, let's hear Miyamoto's Christmas tradition.
We had a pretty cookie cutter type of Christmas. You wake up, you do the whole presents thing, but usually, the oldest, I guess this is the tradition we do. The oldest of the brothers would be the one that would go and help wrap the presents. Everybody else had to not take part in that, so I guess that was kind of something to look forward to because you got to see what all was there before everybody else.
This is like more of like a pride, I'm better than you thing.
Yeah, but by the time it was my turn, I got kicked out, so didn't really get to
You got
partake in that.
kicked out of your house or just kicked out of Christmas?
The house.
Like you can't celebrate Christmas with us anymore.
Yeah.
You live
they,
here, but
they actually forced me to celebrate Kwanzaa instead. It was.
well, that's even better, right? You get like 7 presents or some shit.
I'm not entirely sure.
I guess it's a coworker question. Yeah, I think that's interesting. So you just had like the traditional, Christmas around the tree.
I mean, I did get the 2 Christmases because my parents are divorced. And
Okay, that's badass.
They were both. I mean, it was cool, but both of them were vastly different, and then it ended up being an extremely political event as a
I
result
love
of
those.
that. So
My family
you go to your dad's house,
holidays.
and he's like, "Well, what did your mom get you?" And then you're like, "Oh, she got me a Game Boy or something like." He's like, "Fuck that. We're gonna get you a PlayStation."
Okay.
And then he's like, "Make sure when you go back to her house next week, you tell her all about the PlayStation that I got you." And I'm like,
I love
"Okay, that's
Okay. I mean, yeah, I would get something like that and that effect. Like, would your dad do something like this for you? Every time they do something, so it's more like a competition rather than they're actually doing something out of caring.
Yeah,
but
they're not raising a child; they're just trying to one up their ex.
Yeah,
That's how it is a lot of the times, from what I hear.
Okay, so you have no like firsthand experience, so shut your mouth.
I don't. How can I have an experience like that without a dad?
Yeah, I actually can't say anything because I guess we can't relate to you in any way, shape, or form.
I guess that is a interesting, a unique tradition in the fact that I am black and my father was there for Christmas, so I did have that.
You're the fucking chosen one, man. That hasn't happened in a long time.
I did have multiple Christmases to go to. I had the one with my sister because she's 12 years older than me, so she moved out of the house pretty much when I was like 6. Had to get together with her. I had my aunts and uncles. Well, my one aunt and uncle. And then when my mom married my stepdad, I had his Christmas to go to. So I had like a few different Christmases, and I only had a mom until my stepdad came in. It was not fun.
Christmas can be a very stressful time of the year.
Yeah,
especially
so
since
which
you
is
use
surprising because I actually thought I gave into the rumors of suicides being very prevalent inside, this time of year. It turns out that that's that's a farce. All right, it's fake.
It's not any more exaggerated, or there's no increase around this time of the year.
Actually, there's a decline from last month, and
Really?
then as you get to like, I guess most suicides are just mid-year, just like June,
Good
July,
Good
around the
luck.
summer.
If people make it to this time of year, they want to get those Christmas presents.
Get the presents.
Okay.
Like, oh,
I guess there's that, but like I thought it would be like you have no family, you have nothing to look forward to, why not kill myself? That would be like kind of the next step. Like you see everyone else being happy, but then
Jason, is that what's going on here?
what's that?
Excuse me.
Are you saying I should kill myself?
No, because you have a relationship with a person. So I'm saying, someone who doesn't have any connections with anyone,
No friends, no family.
yeah,
nothing.
within your immediate vicinity, then you might as well, cards are on the table, right?
So you're just saying, it's there. You might as well.
It's fine for, guys like us. It can be justified.
And to a certain extent, I believe.
Yeah. But yeah,
You better make sure that your room's clean before you do it, though. Because
that's a whole other it's a whole other thing. But yeah, I guess out of cringe, outside of cringe territory, my Christmas tradition is usually watching Polar Express is on Christmas Eve. So like the real time you look forward to is Christmas Eve because so we gather around, watch a movie, have hot chocolate. Exactly the time, the hot chocolate song plays. You have to time it correctly, and
that's
then
almost peak cringe.
okay.
Almost.
Well, I mean, it's not as cringe as MREs, so I mean, I'm gonna say that's
the only reason that I'll let it slide is because it is the Polar Express.
yeah. Okay, so what? Okay, so you wouldn't let it slide if it was
If
what?
it was like
The Elf movie.
trying to think. If it was like the Elf movie,
Yeah,
and
right, yeah.
you were making that bowl of bullshit that he was making, and you're eating it at the same time as him, that's too much cringe, and you're
Obvious.
gonna have to jump out of your window at that point.
Obviously, we did this. We're doing this tradition since we're like fucking like babies. All right, so like, why would we not continue that? But yeah, I mean, if it was like Elf, then yeah, of course.
Because I say that because I know for a fact the statistics are just out there. There has to be somebody that's at least done it before and is continuing to do it.
Oh yeah, it's like a tradition for sure. We actually have a previous co-host here. You might not know about him, but he's like essentially the one guy from Apple that quit early before they made it big.
Okay.
But he laughed at the Elf movie at one point, and we have this anecdote from Molly actually. So why don't you talk about that?
What are you talking about?
It's that one time where we chose to go ice skating or watch Elf inside, the inside school, and I decided to go skating because I didn't want to just sit in school and watch Elias laugh at an Elf movie. But
hey, it was more fun. We were together. Yeah.
it was
to be with my girlfriend at school as opposed to like trying to hang out with her while ice skating.
This was also after I had fractured my elbow while ice skating.
Look,
So-
if I could go back in time and tell Elias to sit somewhere the fuck else, laugh on your own time.
Didn't you also give him the headband?
Naruto headband?
Yeah.
Yeah. A kid in a Naruto headband laughing at Elf. When he called, I should have just said, "Do you laugh at Elf?" Never forget.
That should be first question next time if we ever have him on as a guest.
Do you laugh at Elf?
What was their reasoning? What was the scene? What was the scene that he laughed at specifically?
You should have been there because you have the fucking superfluous memory.
No, I have a better memory than you guys, surprisingly, especially since, half down a bottle of wine and some Irish coffee. But yeah, I think since you guys, we have two anecdotes here, I thought, it would kind of combine.
It was probably about halfway through the movie when he laughed. I don't think it was the beginning. But
probably the scene where he's
all right, here's our alcohol counter. I have just finished my second glass of wine.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You guys want to hear my family traditions?
No. Moving on. All right, what is it? I want to hear about yours.
They are pretty uneventful. We open presents on Christmas Eve on the mom side of my family.
Okay.
And then after that, usually watch. It was typically A Christmas Story. That was the go-to movie for us. And then
Same.
later in the day, around like 6 or 7, get picked up by father, and then spend Christmas Day with him. And
All right.
I don't remember, like, if we did anything. Probably, like, a present or two. Usually, like, a new video game, or, like, okay, well, you get Velveeta mac and cheese tonight.
Merry Christmas!
Say Velveeta for Christmas?
Yeah, Velveeta, that was, I mean...
Imagine unwrapping your dinner.
That was...
You get to eat tonight.
That was gourmet shit for me. We didn't have it that often. It was good.
That's fucked. It's interesting. Okay. That's a very unfortunate moment there.
Otherwise,
Velveeta mac and cheese.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah, Christmas was yeah, presents and a movie on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day was just do fucking nothing, enjoy a present or two. Yeah, that's about it.
The important thing is that it's a continuation. You
Oh, it hasn't happened since I was fucking
know. Oh, never mind.
15, probably.
He's okay. Yeah, going with OPP lore. I think he's the most disconnected with his family.
Yeah,
than all of us.
Let me explain the situation because Miyamoto doesn't know my life story.
Well, he should if he's a diehard fan. But yeah, continue.
I haven't seen my mom since I was like 12 because she left to go to North Dakota to join the booming oil field industry. Last I heard, she works at a fucking bar. That's her whole thing. She's really making the big bucks in North Dakota. That's why she left her kids.
Well, didn't she come back and take your sister?
No,
with her?
she didn't come back to Minnesota. She asked my sister to come out and stay with her for a week, and then she just kind of never sent her back.
A week became, a year, and then a year became a decade.
Yeah, and now my sister and mother live in North Dakota. So I haven't seen her. I mean, I guess since 2015 when her dad died and she was back in town, but fuck, that's 8 years from next year, 8 years ago. And then my dad, yeah, it was just, still the same thing, like open presents on Christmas Eve, but, typically not a movie. Probably like watch whatever show. We were both kind of just binging at the time. That ended probably when I was 17. I think Christmas and Christmas Eve. I mean, still get a gift, but just kind of sit in the room, do my own shit.
It became more of like a, social functionality, just like something that exists, but like you didn't really play into it too much. Just
Christmas was more enjoyable just for the time off of school. Yeah. I don't
it's
know,
like,
pretty
oh,
much
Christmas is coming up, I don't have to do
my
school for a week.
tradition stopped when I was 18, living with the roommates. Well, my former roommate. We didn't really have a Christmas tradition per se. I mean, the first year of being moved out, we had a Christmas party, like a bunch of friends and whatnot. That was 2020 Christmas. It was pretty interesting. Otherwise, yeah, it was just kind of a silent affair. Well, actually, no, because then the year after that, then the current Christmas tradition is head to GymBagBob's parents' house and you know, fit in with the new family.
Did your sister not reach out to you when she came to visit Taya and Angel?
When did she come?
Like, I don't know, whenever Taya and Mara were dating.
She might have, but my sister probably doesn't have any of my contact information. I don't think she knows that I go by Amadeus on all social
Okay.
media. I think I still might have her blocked. I haven't checked. I don't really give a shit. It's a dead relationship. She means nothing. You spend like fucking 8 years not seeing any family member. It's hard to give a shit about any of them. Like the sister is one thing. Like that's just because, time erases all feeling. But the parents, that's another, like, oh, you're a shitty parent, and plus all this time, you can go fuck yourself now.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that I've learned from, especially your experiences is, blood doesn't mean everything.
It means jack shit. It means nothing.
If you're a piece of shit in general, why would I, continue to interact with you, just because you just have to be biologically connected to me.
Yeah. The only, like, the two family members that I, like, didn't really get annoyed by were both cousins. One of them was my uncle's daughter, but she was, like, fucking 6 or 7 years old, so she can't really be that annoying. Just play Minecraft with her. She's a fucking kid. She would laugh if you ran over people in GTA.
Okay.
Hard to get annoyed by like a 6 or 7 year old that isn't throwing a temper tantrum always, and even when they do throw a temper tantrum, you don't have to fucking deal with it. You're just the cousin that gets to laugh and make fun of the adult that has to deal with it. And then the other cousin went to the same school as me. Not the one that you dated, Jason. I don't really give a shit about that cousin.
You aren't even actual cousins.
No, not really.
I didn't even.
You share a sibling. That doesn't make you cousins.
It's just easier to refer it like that. Yeah, the other cousin, kind of just friends with her, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I don't really give a shit to maintain whatever friendship we had. It's just boring. That's my Christmas tradition. Make my own tradition. Or, actually, no, that's a lie. Just hop in on the girlfriend's Christmas traditions.
Yeah, so I think, your current Christmas tradition is just kind of piggybacking off of the female, and then, yeah. When was the last time you had, entered the realm of your traditions, Miyamoto?
I'd say it's been about traditions like they used to be.
Well, I mean, nothing can truly be like how it used to be. It's kind of like the boomer mindset.
The way that it used to be would have been almost 10 years ago. So
Yeah, you can't fall into the boomer mindset. Like nothing is ever going to be the same. All right, you have your memories. That's about it. But at least attempting, or like an attempt to your Christmas tradition.
how do I attempt my Christmas tradition?
Yeah, I mean, if when was the last time you've had a collective family try to attempt it?
Probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, they still, and you understand, like they still do it. I'm just not there.
Yeah. Okay.
So me personally, what I do for Christmas is drink in my room and act like it's just another day.
That's fair. That is actually exactly what I was planning to do. I have like a whole like liter of eggnog or some shit, like with alcohol in it. So I think it's gonna be Merry Litmus.
It's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I know what I want my new personal tradition to be. I think it would be very terrifying yet oddly exhilarating to be tripping on LSD during Molly's Christmas family get together. That would be.
You don't even need to do that to like get like a trippy experience. Just start bringing up just a bunch of liberal topics to the table.
Or masturbate in traffic.
That too.
Both of-
Just
both of
masturbate
those-
at the dinner table.
All right, both of you, all three of you, give me some liberal topics to mention. Like what?
Don't even like don't even say anything. Just jerk off on the dog's forehead, and then once there's just like some cum on the dog's head, just leave.
Okay. What's
And
up?
then
Are we trying to start a fight?
I'm trying to start like a verbal fight, not a physical altercation.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you think there's anything you could say that could result into a physical altercation?
It wouldn't be a fight against the one person that would try anything. It would be. I would demolish him.
Like, just say that you're actually related to Joe Biden. Yeah.
I could just say I'm gonna vote for him. I like him.
Your name is actually Amadeus Biden. So
That would
Just-
get three of them.
Just
Maybe.
say that there's not enough genders. There needs to be more.
just show up to the table. It's like what is it, like hundreds of genders that exist now, and then just
state that there's a problem, that there's not enough, and then come up with a few more.
No,
we talking about like overtly like liberal or like like extreme, or are we talking like
overtly liberal, maybe not like extreme. You. Not him.
okay, so I mean okay, so I guess Joe Biden, would be a big one. Obama's never done anything to hurt anyone. Yeah. You can't mention JFK because that's very red pill if you agree with him. What do you mean a modern day liberal topic?
Yeah.
Well, what would be something that struck your mind? You think of liberal. What do you think of?
Probably voting for Biden. Thinking actually one that would be a real good one is to be completely on the side of Hamas, like say that
They're defending Palestine, so of course.
Don't be gray about it, just be completely one-sided and wish
With the endorsement of said government organization to start shitting on the military.
I don't know if that'd get
Just
them.
what?
I don't know if that'd piss off her family.
Okay, well then that's perfect then. You start with that, and that's like, okay, that's not that bad.
Gauge it, right? Gauge it out. If shitting on the organization doesn't work, then just say that you believe that the organization should be marching through the streets.
That's a good one. I want them to come into people's houses and
You want them to force quarters on every individual living in a
So
house.
you just want to abolish the Third Amendment then?
Right. Just completely annihilate it and just have the organization run rampant through the streets, basically controlling every aspect of everyone's life, and then living in your house at the end of the day.
Now the question would be, what do you want, the federal version or the National Guard, the state version? Because one can engage with civilians and the other can't legally.
Oh, at this point, it's. I don't think it would matter.
Okay, I want there to be a federal curfew, and then I want the literal like fucking. I want special forces to just start marching down the fucking street and start gunning civilians down. Past curfew.
That's the topic right there that you need to bring to the dinner table, because these are issues that are not being addressed. Why is our military not gunning civilians down in the streets after 9:30?
Actually, okay, so that's the problem, is that they might actually agree with that. It's like, that's where a lot of the protests happen, is like after dark. So then they're going to be like, you know what, you're right. They should be gunning down all the liberals.
Okay, we'll just make it an inconvenient time. We'll call it 4:46.
When everyone's should be home having dinner.
If you're not in your home by 4:46 p.m., you will be shot dead in the street.
If you don't have your whole family in your home at 4:46 and don't have an extra meal prepared for said soldier to engage with the family inside their personal quarters, then you will be formally executed at 05:37 in the morning.
Why the fuck is so early for the execution?
Because everyone has to wake up.
It has to be inconvenient. So
Yeah,
here's the thing. You cannot be out on the street past we'll go military time 1646 to 05:36. You can't be out on the street or you'll be executed. 05:37 executions begin for the day, and then after that it's normal work.
I don't know. It's just they're gonna be like a fucking guard standing outside each and every person's door, just like with the fucking gun pointed at.
They're in your house. They're in your room. They're in your basement. They're in your fridge, your garage. They're everywhere.
So you can like still move and do shit inside, but if you like someone just put your fucking hand on that door handle, it's just.
You are authorized to open the door no more than 2 to 3 fingers of a gap between the frame of the door and the door itself. 2 to 3 fingers.
It's very fucking military right there. All right.
If it is open any more than that, your brain will be expelled from your skull on the wall in a professional manner.
Professional manner. Yeah.
I like this schedule right here. I think it gives enough time for people to get some sleep, but it's also efficient. So
you wake up in the morning.
So you round up those that are still out there, and then they have to sit there and wait until 05:37, and that's when the executions commence.
That'd be a really interesting social experiment. I wonder how that would change our economy. Yeah.
The population would drop almost immediately.
Yeah, of course, because you have all those liberals trying to protest you.
These will be good talking points. I'll see which ones I can organically incorporate into the conversation.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna organically.
I can incorporate some of these organically.
Pump that out so specifically.
But... Next year would be a lot better for politics because election year. But
I think. Oh, here you go. Everybody that loses the presidential race is executed.
Yeah. So it's what the stakes are higher. I like that.
And the winner's the one that executes them.
I like that. That's good. You get the satisfaction of pulling a gun.
It's not.
No, they don't. Yeah, they can't. That's way too professional. It's way too That's way too much respect.
You will. It'll be a death by 1,000 cuts with car keys.
Can you imagine watching that? Like, can this guy hurry up and fucking die so I can go to work?
Oh my god, he's taking forever. His fat fucking neck does not snap, and he's still breathing.
The car keys can be sharpened to increase effectiveness, but the keys can be no longer than 2 inches.
As the president, if you could choose like how your opponent dies, I think I'd be a crucifixion kind of guy.
Crucifixion's a pretty slept-on method these days. A lot of people think it's cruel, but I think having your head smashed in with a baseball bat's also kind of fucked up too. So I think crucifixion might not be the worst way to go. I like that.
Yeah. All right. So if you're not in the Discord, like a common pleb, we have 05
We have the 1646 to 0536 curfew. We have 0537 executions commence. So you have to like run to the town square so you can watch the executions. So like there's usually a horde of people just running down Main Street, just like trying to fucking, view these executions here. And then you have mandatory, executions. What's that?
That breakfast allotment is garbage. All right.
All right. Well, hold on. We haven't got there yet. All right. So executions are required to be viewed. If you're spotted not viewing an execution, you will join. You'll join them. Mandatory factory work for 4 to 15-year-olds. And then work will begin at 0600. So if they don't die before then, you're kind of fucked. Get to work. And then your job begins every morning by saluting the American flag and singing the national anthem at 0603. The breakfast times is 0604 to 0611. So you get 6 minutes to eat. Well, you get 7 minutes to eat breakfast. All factory workers are short-staffed.
All factories that are
all
short-staffed will be blown up at
0612.
0612.
Yeah.
So for the mandatory factory work, right? If your workers are executed because they are out past curfew, and that causes your factory to be short-staffed, the entire factory will be blown up. 0612.
I like that. We'll just have B-2 bombers just circling the city at all times.
Right.
You're just...
And if you have a problem with this, then that means that you are a fascist. Hold on. If you
Molly is a fascist.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, if you have a problem with this, then you're not American.
Okay.
This is America. This is what America will be in 5 years.
This is what America will be like once Biden gets reelected.
What is that?
I tried looking up Nazi, and I don't know why that popped up.
I don't know.
You really just said that. You didn't.
What kind of wine are you drinking? I need to get me some of that. African Americans, I'm sorry. I kind of started off with family traditions, and now this is complete government reorganization.
There we go. That's more of something that I was looking to post, but the other thing got my attention. Why would somebody do that?
I honestly don't. That's the most disturbing thing I've seen.
This pregnant African American who's talking about breakfast allotments.
That. You know what? If you do not, here we go.
Is that liberal? Talking about like males? Yeah, that is. Talking about like males giving birth, being able to have pregnancy.
Have pregnant.
To be pregnant, to have pregnancy. That's what I said. All right. Actually, that's another thing I noticed when I stopped drinking is less of the brain fog. I wasn't as retarded.
Hey.
Excuse my language. Yeah, this is that's the second time I said it. All right, all right, and then if you don't eat your breakfast allotment, you will look like Lil Nas X. What does that mean?
Like that gentleman in the picture up there.
Is that him?
Yes, yeah, that is.
I didn't know who that was. I just thought it was some random pregnant dude. Have you ever seen
No dude that's pregnant is ever random.
Right, Arnold Schwarzenegger was pregnant at one point.
Not about this movie again.
Yeah, you guys have you guys watched that movie yet?
No.
Oh.
You guys have to. You have to.
We have to? Is it our OPP homework?
I can imagine what it sounds like when he gives birth.
I don't remember if he gave birth in that movie.
I need to push.
Help me! Somebody hold my hand. Oh, that'd be beautiful. I don't think there's actually. Let me.
It's not a boy.
I'm.
It's not a girl. It's a chopper.
All right.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Are you drunk?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Sadly.
I'm getting there. I would say. I wouldn't say I'm fully there.
If I was drunk, I would have gotten kicked off of the podcast by now.
All right. Let's. As long as you don't say the N word, that's the only OPP rule. You should be fine. And you don't out people, and you don't just start fucking dropping like full on names. I think you're fine.
Joe Biden.
Hey, it's not his full name. You're good.
I don't know his middle name.
What is his middle name?
Joseph Swan.
So, okay, so they actually do have a giving birth scene inside this movie here.
That's horrible.
Childbirth scene. I think it's just a C-section though, because I think what they explained inside the movie was you can't physically give birth as a man, which makes sense.
Yeah.
You can share that.
Why did you send it?
Let's take a moment to appreciate the hairstyle that he currently has.
Thank you. Again, is that Danny DeVito? Danny DeVito is a surgeon. This is the golden scene right here. What are you talking? How come you guys haven't watched this?
Danny DeVito.
I don't think that is Danny DeVito.
Are you sure? It definitely sounded like him.
All right. Well, if you're actually watching it and listening to it, then it definitely is, because I know he's in this movie.
It definitely sounds like him.
Well, then it's him. Arnold.
Okay. Skip exactly to a minute 15.
A minute 15.
He still has a mask on, but you can tell looking at him that is.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Yeah, they actually used to do a lot of movies together. Interestingly, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What is your favorite Danny DeVito movie?
This is the question for the rest of them, because everyone else knows my answer. All right.
Mine is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's not a movie.
Movie?
It's not a movie. That doesn't count.
They did a movie.
They didn't do a movie. Yeah, podcast, TV shows, maybe some music. They have all parts of media except movies.
Jumanji. No, give me a second.
I'm trying to think here.
Mine is Matilda. I think
Mine
that's
is
peak
also
Danny
Matilda.
DeVito. So I mean, yeah, just putting that out there.
He hasn't been in that many amazing movies.
I'm looking at him, and
he was in Space Jam.
This is
Which one?
The first one.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I did see that. I did see Deck the Halls. And Matilda.
Wait, he was in The Last Action Hero? Fuck it, that's literally him and Arnold Schwarzenegger are in that movie.
Haunted Mansion?
What the fuck did you send, Jason?
That, What? Keep it interesting. I can't say that's ever happened to me. But, oh, maybe
Male
that's where
suicide, ladies and
maybe
gentlemen.
that's where he went right now.
Yeah, probably. He's being cryptic, saying that he's going to take a piss and just sending a GIF instead of being an actual fucking functioning human adult and enunciating his baby goo goo gaga bodily desires.
So did you guys come up with an answer?
I did, yeah. Last Action Hero. It's like fuck. I'm kind of forgetting the plot of the movie, but like a kid reads a comic book and Arnold Schwarzenegger is the hero of the comic book, and he gets brought to real life. Like other shit gets brought to real life, and it's self-aware. I don't know. It's an arty movie. It's 90s.
What is it?
The Last Action Hero.
Weird. All right, that'd be interesting. As I learn how much movies I have watched, the more I learn how much I haven't. So I think I need to just be like more open to.
Right. Now that I'm looking at it, I feel like I've seen these movies. I just don't remember seeing him in them. And then the most recent thing I've seen him in was It's Always Sunny.
Sad. So you're just a poser then.
I mean, I never said I was the biggest.
So you're just a poser.
Fan on earth.
You're a Danny. You literally said coming into this podcast and on your Twitter, your Facebook, you've said on multiple different sites that you were a Danny DeVito diehard fan.
Where was that?
He hasn't been in anything good lately. He's been
Lately, yeah, you're right. I mean, what do you mean? Always Sunny in Philadelphia is great. It's amazing. It's a cinematic masterpiece.
Movies, bitch, because that show doesn't count. Movies. He hasn't been in anything good since the fucking Lorax. And even then,
He was in the Lorax?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's the Lorax.
Yeah.
Who is he in the Lorax?
The Lorax.
You just said the fucking Lorax.
Yeah, but like, who is he though? Like, I know that it's called the Lorax, but what is he though inside the movie?
He is the main character that is called the Lorax.
He smokes
Yeah, but like,
fucking-
what is he inside the movie?
He is Vietnamese. He is the trees.
So is he plays a tree then, or what?
Do you know Taylor Swift is also in the Lorax?
Shut the fuck up. Sick of hearing about Taylor Swift.
Guys, did you hear the latest Taylor Swift news?
What? What if I talked about Billy Corgan every fucking week? All right.
I
Would you
didn't
guys still be
bring her up
interested?
Last time you brought her up to me.
What is Billy Corgan up to?
I don't know who the fuck that
Here.
Fight? Who would win, Billy Corgan or Taylor Swift?
is.
Billy Corgan.
I don't know. Taylor has a dog.
This guy. All right.
He just looks like the kind of person that would hurt people.
Thumbnail.
Yeah. Looks like the type of person who would hurt himself today to see if he could feel.
And he looks like he'd be one of the thumbs in Spy Kids.
What the fuck?
Oh,
You know,
the thumb
I'm bald. Would you say the same?
You beat me to it.
God damn.
Stop.
I'm
Stop.
quick with it. I'm quick with it.
See, the SP means spy. So, I mean, yeah.
She's pumpkins.
Why'd you have to say that?
So I
Why'd you
think
have to shout Smashing Pumpkins?
I think we've learned that Taylor Swift would probably win in a fight.
How would you win? What the fuck?
I need you to type in Taylor Swift muscle.
That sounded like a 2006 Chevy Aveo crank.
That did.
Continue typing. Continue typing, goddamn.
What the fuck is going on right now? I thought I was a drunk one here. Like that. The dog has more facial expression than you. The viewer.
This is exactly what that sounds like. This right here.
It does. Cranking up a fucking original Model T Ford.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that sound.
That exactly.
It's either cranking it up or like an exhaust note. Just
Jesus Christ. All right. Next tier is, well, actually, we didn't even start in our first tier. Well, I guess we're going to the next one is loneliness. If we're going down by topics, do you guys feel? Have you ever felt lonely around the Christmas season?
No.
What the fuck is that?
I don't feel
I
particularly.
don't know why. That makes me want to throw up. I don't know why.
Why
I don't
is that
feel lonely.
like that?
What is going on?
What is going on?
What is going on?
The fucking hell.
The viewers are missing out. This is why you need to. If what's the phrase? You had to be there to experience it. All right. All right. All right.
Actually, speaking of, you just delete it.
Yeah. The Office.
Speaking of The Office, actually, the mug you gave me, right? Remember the mug?
Yes.
World's Best Boss?
Yeah.
I actually gave it to a person here. Right.
A person here.
Did you appreciate it?
Yeah.
He loaned it. He loaned it.
He was asked there was. So I had somebody a week ago, because I guess the certain organization I work for likes to make sure that your room is clean for certain reasons, because it's government property, so you got to make sure it's clean. I had my manager's manager check it, and then I had my manager check my room, a week later, and both asked for coffee. Because they saw I had a coffee maker, so of course, I'm a human vending machine, so let me just fucking give you some coffee. So I gave this other manager World's Best Boss mug, and yeah, let's hear the rest of the story from them.
We'll get them on at some point.
What do you mean at some point? It's today.
Today? Like
Yeah,
right
so
now?
what were your thoughts on receiving this said mug and then walking in like a superior,
Well, so I
inspecting somebody else's
received
room
the-
with mug
I
in
received
hand?
the- Yeah, I received the mug, right? So I immediately took it to the next room to look at, and I made sure, as an intelligent life form, that the world's best boss portion was the first thing he saw when he opened his door. So he opened the door, he saw that, he saw my face. He said something to the extent of "go fuck yourself," and then went into his room.
I think it's great because it's going places. The original thought in mind was a little pretentious because
Right.
I was a pretentious person 2 years ago, but I
Was.
think I was, yeah.
Is.
Do you think I still am?
I is. We is.
Do you think I'm pretentious?
Yes.
We have to be. We have to
Okay.
be.
Do you see me as a pretentious person?
Yes.
Besides the whole, I'm better than everyone else in my organization because I wear a goofy hat.
You still wear the Ushanka? Ushanka?
Are you Shanka? Yeah, we're in the Russian military, actually. Sorry to break it to you. But
That's the organization we've been talking about.
yep, this whole time. Just broke it to you. Sorry about that.
That's what we look like.
Yeah, that's actually me in the striped shirt, And then he's on the left side.
I would be the animal, wouldn't I?
All right, but not in that context. If you put it like that, no.
No. Go ahead.
No, if you put it like that, it's just not what I meant.
What kind of animal am I? What kind of animal am I?
You'd be a bear because you're homosexual.
Right. Yeah. No, that's
That's a very liberal topic. Just talk about homosexuality.
What is there to talk about with it?
Just say that you support them.
That's it? That's all it takes?
No. Just say no. But don't have a reason. You can't ground it or anything. Whether you believe it or not, if somebody asks you if you believe in equality, just say no and then walk away.
No. I'll start practicing just saying no.
Right? Because you are entitled to your opinion, and you're also entitled to not have to explain yourself. And that's what gets a lot of people ending up on the Chinese spy app, is trying to defend their opinions.
I can't do it. Like, so I see why people argue with each other online. Like, I'll see something that's like absolutely like stupid, and then I want to say something, but like, I know if I say something, it won't change their opinions, and I'm just wasting my time.
Yeah, the TikTok
So I think
comments are awful. There's so many brain dead people.
so. Yeah, I think that a lot of people miss that part of it. They're like, I have to make sure they know this. But like, no matter what you tell them, you already know what their mindset is. They're obviously an idiot for viewing this app to begin with. And on top of that, they're an idiot for the view that they have. So what, nothing that you say or do is going to stop them or change their opinion, especially if you start like, okay, retard, I think, the fuck is that? What the All right, I'm intoxicated. I think that is a way to begin that. But yeah, so like to start off with like being super like confrontational with said person obviously is it's not going to help your situation. It's not going to convince them. Still waiting for what?
You to get to your fucking point.
I already got to my point.
Microphone is peaking. You were saying?
Please continue.
All right. I think Jason's put himself into the crevice at the moment. He's experiencing some loneliness turbulence.
All right. All right. Yeah, honestly, yeah, if you start your conversation with people confrontational on the internet, they're immediately not gonna fucking, give a shit about your opinion. But
Yeah.
to expand on that, they're not gonna care to begin with because you're nothing to them. You're just a random person on the internet. So
You might as well be hostile about it.
why play into it? Just assume everything they say is bait, and then just like
And then immediately enable PvP and just crush them.
yeah, you could just like create a bait to the bait. Like what they said is like the most stupid, abhorrent thing that's like existed or that came out of another human being's mouth. But what you responded to was somehow worse. So they responded to that, and they're the ones who got baited. So they got.
So they
We don't get got. We gonna get.
Yeah, you gonna get. You're not gonna get got.
I'm gonna get got, but I'm gonna make sure I get more than I get got.
Yeah, but do you have the got? It's a real question. That is going into our next topic, which is loneliness. Do you have got?
Are you really lonely if you have got?
That is true. You could look in the mirror, imagine yourself. You're in a relationship with yourself.
How does that work?
Have you jerked off to yourself in the mirror before? I think that's a real question.
I think it promotes a good
Hmm.
self-image.
Yeah. It's all about like body positivity within males.
Getting in touch with yourself.
Getting in touch with yourself.
Exactly. It's not masturbation, it's exploring your sensitivity.
Patrick Bateman, what?
What?
I'm cooking. All right, you guys talked about being lonely. I'm not lonely. I don't know. Being lonely sucks. It's the worst thing you can do to a human. Makes you want to kill yourself.
Let's see here. It
This is stupid.
I like mine more.
I don't. But that.
All right. I have a guest for you in an episode or two. Actually, I brought up you could. All right, this is I actually have a whole topic for this person. Said person is someone who did an oil change.
Okay.
But they're obsessed with Patrick Bateman, so I think that would be an interesting topic.
Like obsessed.
You know, if they would ever, even come on here. I mentioned to Miyamoto that, he'd be welcome to come on the New Year's special. And he chimed in and was like, I don't think I'll have time for that. And I know I wasn't even talking to him.
Because he's busy. Yeah.
He's busy doing his rock climbing or some shit,
He's too busy not getting any bitches. That's
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. It's a whole office thing. Is that no matter who he talks to, whatever problem he has, it always circles around to him just not having any bitches. Like, even if it's like someone who is like completely out of the loop of that like whole inside joke, it always loops around somehow back to him just not having any bitches.
And not a single one to be found anywhere.
Yeah, but he did have a superior that did who cucked him a little bit, or what is it called?
You said cucked him?
Yeah, what is it called when you stop it from happening?
Cock block.
Yeah, cock blocked.
Cock
You got
block
cocked.
and cuck are very different.
Yeah, cock blocked and cooked at the same time. All right.
Cucking isn't like an enabler. Cock blocking is.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, my bad. All right, I'm out of my
As a semi-professional cuck, having the difference between these phrases.
Okay, so you've seen your significant other have sex with another individual before while you're inside the room?
No, I'm the one that does the cucking.
Oh shit. All right.
You're the other man.
Yeah.
I do appreciate you change your emoji to grubbing, so you are officially part of the.
I did do that. I'm currently not grubbing.
Well, I mean, you're part of the pizza army now. That's all that represents. So,
Okay.
you're part of our OPP militia. As you're saying, Amadeus started with something, and then I started yapping.
How does it feel to have no bitches?
Oh, is that what he said?
I didn't say anything.
Moving on to loneliness.
Well, who's that question pointed to?
Both of you.
Well, I mean, you're female, so you could like kind of get anyone whenever you want, depending. The value doesn't.
Red
He
pill.
went to defend himself, and
it's not red pill. It is very incel, but but still, I mean, you could literally talk to a homeless guy like, you wanna fuck, and then they'd be like, yeah, of course. I talked to a homeless woman. They're absolutely disgusting. They could, they think higher of themselves.
You talk to the homeless woman. You're like, hey, you want to fuck? And she's like, okay. Well, you got a car?
Yeah.
How much do you make? Oh, you work for someone. You don't have your own business?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, just like absolute like poverty and like you don't own your own business.
Okay, so what do you do for work?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm self-employed.
I clip toenails for $12 a minute.
This could be a good stand-up comedy bit right here. You gotta go back on comedy night. We gotta work on this bit.
Okay.
Female
Well,
homeless people having too high of dating standards.
Yes, I like that idea.
why don't we all three go on comedy night then at some point? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that bit, and then we'll have two people inside the audience who just start laughing.
Molly, can you be one of our plants to like start laughing?
Oh, we need a heckler more than a laugher.
Can you be a heckler or a laugher?
We can't have a heckler because we need someone who agrees with us, not disagrees.
I'd rather be the laugher.
Give us a
Oh,
laugh.
Pussy.
I would no, because if she would agree, if we can find a female that would agree to be a heckler and they start heckling us, we'll be like, stop bitching. You're just mad because that was you.
Yeah. So to double down on your question, how is
Not having bitches.
yeah, how's not having bitches, you know? Or I guess in the sense, how is being manipulated by a nearly 18-year-old, you know? The Shane Dawson first.
What?
Huh?
She's the only one that knows what I'm talking about. It was something we were talking about earlier. So.
Ew.
The person I dated named Shane.
Oh, I had a dream about you.
Yeah, it was someone that I like kind of talked to in the corner. I called myself Phil to them. All right, I had a code name. It's something we talked about just a little earlier in this episode, but it's still an interesting thing. Yeah, it was like what was he like? He was like a junior, right?
What part of your
Yeah, I do agree with that. Whoever just played that.
what part of your brain thought saying yes was a good idea?
Someone was interested in me.
That's it?
Yeah.
No, nothing else. Okay, maybe I should vet this person. I had a girl that was interested in me. You know, I had one that was very emphatic about liking me a lot. You know, but she couldn't make the cut.
So I guess in that sense, you know, you have the lowest pieces of humanity, you know, who will bargain to you, who are like, who will go out of their way to ask you out. All right. So I mean, in a sense, I guess, call me an incel, but like it's not as weighted, unless you know a male asked me that question, you know.
Carter's
So
the one that
how
told me
is
that.
it not getting any bitches?
Fucking narc.
Me personally, I'm focusing on my businesses, so
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
What do you think this is? All right, this is an excuse to have no bitches.
Well, I mean,
Huh.
I use my work as an excuse to not have bitches either.
Yeah, you're focusing on your work.
I mean, there's a lot of other reasons that I don't get bitches, but I like to use that as the excuse.
I think the main reason is just like,
Facing reality.
yeah, I think the main reason for me, just fearing modern, yeah, just like modern day, like,
You
so
want
the
a
idea,
1950s woman?
what's that?
You fear modern day women? You want like a 1950s, 1960s?
Yeah, no, I want them to have like zero personality and just want to like sit down in the house. No, all right.
No. So
So
fast.
No, I think I
don't
just
wanna-
like
you don't want a hot Cheeto girl.
I don't. Unfortunately, I don't.
I think a hot
That's
Cheeto
disgusting.
girl.
I like how the her fly is open too.
Jason, I can see your future wife being a talkie girl. I don't know why.
I could, that would make sense.
Jesus Christ. All right. So I guess I'm just not gonna continue being lonely just due to you guys. Because I would rather be the lonely guy than the guy that like, yeah, he's dating the hot Cheeto girl.
Listen, if you're happy, that makes all the other people that can't get bitches unhappy. So they have to make you feel bad for it.
I think.
I guess, but I mean, I don't go out of my way to like insult, Carter or Molly because they're, in a happy relationship.
Why did you laugh at that?
So why do you guys go out of your way to like insult me because I just, it's not working out for me right now, huh?
It's just fun to pick on the kid that's down. Yeah, go
It's-
ahead.
yeah,
pick on
you're-
him while he's down.
You go ahead, pick on me while I'm down. You're always down, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Always. All right, so I'm curious about you, my Meadow. All right, why don't you? How does it feel to have no bitches?
It's great, honestly. I save money. I have a lot less stress in my life.
Yeah, that's a lot of coping, but well,
It's not though, okay? Because look at this, right? Think about everybody else that we have worked with in the past. Okay, all right.
Yeah, we have.
There's some coping, but think about other people in the past. Like we go and we go somewhere for an event, right? We're gone for like a month or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh fuck, dude, my girlfriend doesn't know where I'm at. She thinks I'm cheating."
Or I guess yeah, the very first thing you do when you join said organization, you have a lot of people who are like, they left me for someone else. What? I could never have foreseen this.
Go harder.
Yeah.
I am 25. I've been coping since I was like 12.
Damn.
Yeah. 13 years of coping.
All right. Well, I mean, I had my last relationship was like half a decade ago, so I mean,
I like how again you do like you make it seem a lot longer than it was half a decade. It took 5
yeah,
seconds.
because it's gonna be longer, so I might as well make it seem like a long time now, so it doesn't seem as intense later.
I mean, half a decade or a decade and 2 years, a decade and 3.
Yeah, but you had like a good thing going in college. You got some experience.
Thought it was a good thing.
Okay, well, I mean, regardless if you see it as a good thing now or not, it was
a learning experience.
It was a learning experience you had, and it was closer to my experience, or closer to you than it was to me.
Yeah, I guess there's realistically the 3 biggest reasons I have no bitches is I don't pursue women. And I don't think it's happened, but if anybody tries to pursue me, I'm too stupid to realize it, so I ignore it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is I'm also deathly afraid of the dating scene.
Is there a certain reason you are?
I've just been out of it for so long. I don't know like what works these days, and all I have to go off of is what everybody else does. But frankly, everybody else that we work with are fuck boys, and that's not really how I operate.
That is all right. That is an actual that is accurately describing them. I guess I haven't really had a very specific way to describe said work conditions. Yeah, I mean a big chunk of them, especially person who's about to decrease in rank. Especially
he is a fuckboy.
Literally definition. Literal definition.
Was a different version of a fuckboy. But he was a fuckboy too, and even this other one that we were just talking about, the one that likes to rock climb. He's a fuckboy as well, whether he wants to think so or not.
He definitely does not think himself as it, but he wants to be one. So I think is the pathetic part. But
from California, he by default is a fuckboy.
Yeah, which makes the one who's about to decrease in rank one more of a contender, because he is one by default, and then
he's getting decreased in rank because he was out being a fuckboy.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
It is. It's a tale as old as time. But yeah, I think I agree with you. The whole dating scene, but I think the whole thing is I invited, just like how I invited the rock climbing guy
you take me to like a bar or like a club once, I got that loader Riz, all right? So
Okay. But just the
It's-
once, it's locked and loaded. It's like a double barrel shotgun. You only fire off twice, and then you're burnt. You're just done.
no, I mean I can help other people, but I can't help myself. It's kind of like
Okay, so
Darth.
it was like that situation when we were painting that building. I was able to give out good advice for like those
Yeah.
guys on Hinge, but when it came my turn to actually try to help myself out,
Yeah, you know why?
I couldn't get any traction.
No, coaches don't play.
So killing a fucking dating course. All right, the number one
Here's
rule.
how to lose women in 30 seconds or less.
You just say that.
I will be your coach.
Yeah.
One of the best course tips I've ever heard from like those dating courses on YouTube is just like the number one rule: don't take no for an answer.
What the
Work
fuck?
work around it. Keep
That
on
sounds a lot like E, and E sounded like a rapist.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely need him on as a guest at some point just to hear his mindset, but
to be fair, I kind of took that advice and it worked for me.
okay, well, because you're persistent and have a little bit of patheticness, but I mean it worked out for you in the end, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
it worked out.
persistence, but if you have like the wrong persistence, what the fuck?
It's
If you have the
bad.
wrong persistence, you just have to gauge your situation.
Oh, please feed me. I'm very, very hungry.
That was a reference to E, but
I kind of figured it
but yeah,
was. It's interesting that he complains because he's so short. He's like, oh,
yeah, he does it way too often, and then
he's like, I can't get women because I'm short. And I was like, it doesn't seem like you have a problem with it.
Ask
which
him-
is interesting because he was shorter than me, and I'm the shortest of my friend group, so I think that's a testament
ask
to
him, what it's like to be able to stand up in a crawl space. That's a good one.
that could be good. I'll ask that next time we get like someone inside our team. All right. Well, yeah. Next on the list, I guess. Okay, this is loneliness. I guess we kind of touched on that, right?
I mean, we both talked about why we get no bitches, so I think that's
Yeah, that's lonely.
All I'm saying is that you get me in a bar once, it's just that getting me to the bar or getting me to said social situation.
Oh, I'm the same way. I don't like to go out and do social things.
Like I don't mind it. Like I can handle it. It's just that just having the conscious decision to do it.
I have no lights on in my room besides my screen, and I am at my peak.
I actually turn on all my blue lights in my room whenever OPP turns on, so you could see it from the window. It's the first time I'm admitting this, so if you
If I ever see blue,
you ever see blue in a window, you know that we're going live.
I will hurl a rock at your fucking window.
That'd be fucking amazing because it would bounce off my bed just onto the floor, and I just what the fuck is going on?
Blow the living dog shit out of the window.
Start that white hard calcium dog shit through my window.
I've only seen that once in my life, and it was interesting to see.
I would always see it when I was younger, and I would like
I never see
that's
it
how I
anymore.
perceive
I
dog
saw it
shit was
once
just
as a
white.
kid, but I've never seen it again.
I mean, I would always. You only saw it once?
Yeah, as a kid, I only saw white dog shit once, and I've never seen it again.
That's weird because I always used to see it. Maybe it was like a different. Maybe Idaho is more progressive than Minnesota. Because
What does that have to do with their dog shit?
Maybe because they banned the alcohol content of dog food, the calcium content of dog food earlier. You know, because the calcium is what harden and turn white, because like bone marrow.
I just assumed that it was dog shit that sat outside in the sun.
No, it was a certain content. It was a certain amount of bone marrow that was inside the food, and it was unregulated, so they just put a shit ton of it because it was like a good food additive to make the dog feel more full or something like that. And then once they're caught lacking, so like the whatever organization oversees dog food put an end to it. Now it's not white anymore. But I'd see Step Brothers, like I can relate to that. I've seen white dog shit before. Like now we're going into what, Gen Alpha? They've never seen white dog shit in their life. What are your thoughts on that?
And it shows. It does show.
Yeah.
You look into the brain dead eyes of an individual that has never seen white dog shit, and you can just tell that
An individual who's never seen white dog shit and is terminally online viewing Skibbity Toilet on a frequent basis.
Okay. Let's pump the bricks on the Skibbity Toilet trash talk. Okay,
that's a whole other topic.
that's
I'd hear
other episode.
I'd hear all about that.
Have you guys heard about the rapid education decline that a lot of people are mentioning?
Is this due to Skibbity Toilet or?
All right. I don't know what it stands for. Wait a minute. No. Okay. HEDI projections begin in 2012 and extend to 2029. They show that 2-year schools will face a stark decline in overall enrollment. All right, that's bullshit. All right. Brookings.edu, the alarming state of the American student in 2022. The pandemic. All right, I don't give a shit.
You can't. Of course, enrollment's gonna drop during the pandemic. I mean,
Nuh-uh.
Students lost.
You just posted a Skibbity Toilet gif, so you can't say no.
It's GIF actually, but yeah.
Of your own will, GIF.
It's
GIF.
It's GIF, yeah. But does this make me Skibbity Toilet actually? Because I'm the camera head.
I always just kind of looked at that and thought of Claptrap, to be honest.
Whoa, what does that mean?
Claptrap.
You've never played Borderlands?
I've never played Borderlands in my life. Oh, I see that.
This man be a
That's
host.
interesting.
Are you shitting me?
I got to it
He doesn't
first.
even know who
No, I got to
Claptrap is.
it first actually.
That's insane. Tell me that doesn't tell me that doesn't look like Nocam.
All right. Well, first off, I have 2 wheels. All right, according to that thing that I made. All right. And second off, it was something that I made when I was a child. So it was just like, concept that I based off of it. So I think I got to it first.
I was just saying,
What year were you a child?
Yeah.
Okay. So it would have to be before 2008 for sure. So when did Borderlands come out?
No, you tell me the year first.
Okay, I would say probably around like 2006.
Okay.
So Borderlands owes you a lot of money.
Yeah, they do. Here, hold on.
Or Gearbox, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, Gearbox owes me money. All right. I did actually think of their original touchscreen phone idea when I was younger, except the screen puffed out and you actually felt. I was an engineer as a child, all right?
You were.
How does it make you feel that as time goes on, there's going to be a lot less and less college-educated people?
It makes me feel great because it makes me feel that I'm going to be more intelligent than fast.
We're in an organization of uneducated individuals.
Yeah, but
exactly.
You don't need to be educated to be a fucking soldier, all right? But the people that
Okay, well, you didn't have to say that. But...
You say that, but if you looked around, and Nocam can definitely agree. If you looked around, they should. They really should.
It's actually the original concept design I have, which is a rare find, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna
But-
be honest. That looks way dumber than what you have now.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna
I
be.
literally
The tulip on the
traced.
side is like. I don't like it.
I have a mind of Steve Jobs. You will literally see me as the next Steve Jobs. So
I'm not, and I can't really talk too much shit because I am a horrible artist. I can't draw very well.
I mean that's not even like good drawing. It's just blocks.
Like I might be able to find a picture of something that I've drawn before.
Okay, yeah, do it. I want to see it.
It might take a minute. I'll
Actually,
find it.
okay, so like I opted. I'm the interesting case here because I opted to do visual arts for high school. For our school, it was like one or the other. Since it was so small, it was either you're going to do choir or some sort of music, or you're going to do visual arts or some sort. I chose the visual art route, and these other two chose the choir route. So
There's nothing wrong with choir.
no, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I wouldn't have minded either way, but
I can't imagine you being in choir now, though.
Jason was.
You couldn't imagine. Okay, could you guys imagine me in choir?
No.
I've done it before. I've done it for a graduation. We did
I remember.
what was that
fifth
song we
grade?
did? It was by the Beatles.
Imagine.
Imagine all. No,
That was just John Lennon, though. But
that's a pretty good guess though, because it was a pretty generic. Was it by the Beatles? There's two we did.
Submarine.
Imagine? Yeah, that's John Lennon.
Yeah, it's not the Beatles. The fuck.
I just said that. I just said no, but that was just John Lennon.
Not here.
No.
That's not the Beatles, idiot.
Patronize me some more. I dare you.
It's alright. I'll deal with it on Monday. I'll deal with it on Wednesday later.
Wasn't
I
it
don't
that
care.
one?
What, fucking Elmo's World?
I think I know what you're singing.
What?
Then what's
I don't know why
Hum it
Elmo's
again,
World
hum
popped
it
in your
again.
head.
Hum it again.
Happy Together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of them.
I was like, it was getting closer, but then you both like started doing it at the same time.
See, that's what happens when someone like the tester like immediately like, what the fuck is that? Shut your mouth. Like Carter over here. And, like the
I
person's
have
like on the
a
right track.
picture. This is bothering me because I know I have a picture that I drew. I just need to find where it's at.
It's good. Don't give up. I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. Not like an asshole way. Like
It's okay. You can be an asshole.
I would like to say I finished my last glass of wine. The wine bottle is empty. I am going to go on to.
What was the wine that you were drinking?
It was the Capola, Francis Capola, the Diamond Collection. It was a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay. Just curious.
Should I go on to another Irish coffee or eggnog?
I
Is
think
what
you
I'm
should stop
asking.
drinking.
No, I can't because this is part of the episode.
Nog.
Drinking is bad for you.
Shut the fuck up. All right, stop being
My
Google.
father was a drinker.
And
You
Fiend
you literally took LSD yesterday. Shut the fuck up. What
Also-
should I drink next?
was a drinker and
LSD
Fiend.
doesn't hurt you, alright?
Doesn't it stay in your spine? And like if you crack your back, you could like eventually like affect your later life.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. No, I believe that too. But as far as I can tell, that's a complete fucking myth. I mean, maybe it stays in your spine.
No,
But
it sounds like a myth. But
nothing.
regardless, I'm gonna drink. So tell me what I'm going to drink, and it'll be more interesting, right?
I'm
So,
gonna drink LSD.
all right. Well, I don't have access to that at the moment. So, what should I drink?
Water.
Eggnog. It is. Right.
Okay, you should at least sip on some water. All right, bare minimum.
I have the coconut water that I opened at the beginning of the episode and actually haven't taken a sip of
Water
yet.
is
So
fucking scam. All right, coconut water is the prime hydration of waters. They hated me because I spoke the truth.
they hated me because,
Coconut water is just a little too sweet.
well, it's coconut sparkling water, LaCroix, which I don't know why people don't like, but
Hey, well, LaCroix is just not good.
You're talking to LaCroix's biggest fucking lover. I don't know if I'd say that.
you actually are. Yeah, I'm probably like the only person who buys LaCroix.
LaCroix tastes like they walked through the bottling or canning facility with a lemon, and then just walked out the other door. And then
That's why I love it. It just it gives you the idea of a lemon. All right.
it's
Who the fuck wants to drink a lemon?
Shut the
I'm not-
fuck up.
if I'm gonna drink a lemon, I want to drink a lemon. I don't want to drink the essence of lemon. I don't think I'm gonna find it. I went through everything that I could
Sad.
look at.
I actually have some furry pictures that I could show you, but it is classified due to it being affiliated with other projects. So, unfortunately, I can't post that, but
Furry pictures?
yeah. All right.
You as a furry.
No, I'm not, but like I like to say it like that because it's not really, but like it's funnier if I say that, so.
What did you tell me your fursona was?
What was it? Apache
Persona.
attack helicopter?
Persona. Okay, so you've thought about this a little bit at least.
Apache attack helicopter. What would your persona be? Miyamoto. I guess you too, yeah. I guess
My
I'd be a sexy fox.
you'd be a fox?
A sexy fox.
Oh, why'd you say that so fast? I thought there was gonna be like a pause.
I just thought about it really fast.
All right.
I'd be a tiger.
We'll go back to you.
I'd be a tiger.
I did just start on my eggnog, so I'm gonna give him a round of applause for that. But yeah, Miyamoto.
A tiger. I'd be a sexy tiger.
I know who you
Why?
would, though.
Why are they so quick? I have to think of mine. Think of us.
If you had to think about it, then that's the problem.
You guys excited?
Is that a
for,
problem though?
Minecraft?
I feel like it's more of a problem that you know it off the top of your head, like you've thought about it before.
Molly, what's your fursona?
Raccoon.
Hell yeah.
There we go. See?
What the fuck?
Okay,
Right.
Nocam, your fursona, you said was
Apache attack helicopter.
All right.
Apache attack.
Buddy.
It's kind of lame.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Where's the fur?
It's on the fucking hair into the cockpit. How about that?
Glue the fur.
You said what? You're gonna
It's
glue
in
fur?
the hair in the cockpit. All right.
Right. Okay.
Jason, you're not taking my question seriously, and you are really.
Jesus Christ! It was my question to begin with. All right, it's the fucking a dog. All right, because I have that dog in me.
Well, maybe this will buy me a little bit of time here.
The fuck? Is that me?
Yeah.
It's me. Yeah, I could say that's me. It does have the blue eyes.
Blue eyes. We'll get a leash for you. And
I
then
don't know
once we
why
do,
there's a
like,
pink leash.
segment-
All right, it would obviously be. I guess the tag is blue, so that works. The fuck is that? I do like that. I respect that picture. my persona is now a squirrel just because of that picture.
One of my friends does have a squirrel that he just keeps as a pet. It's like not domesticated at all. It still scratches the shit out of him, but sometimes he is also friendly. It is very odd.
It is nice.
No, Cam, I'll have to show you the slew of memes that I've made.
Did you make that yourself? Did you actually like?
I didn't make that. No.
You have
I have a lot of memes. I went through several meme wars and survived, but
we have I would like to say that I participated in the 2016 meme war, so I'm a veteran of that. So
surviving those there was so much that happened.
yeah.
I just found a SpongeBob one that I might share later.
All right. So we talked about Christmas. We talked about loneliness. Next thing is very controversial. It's like global warming. What are your thoughts on that?
It's gonna make the future pretty interesting to deal with.
Hold on. You believe in global warming to begin with? That's interesting. Well, why don't you talk about that?
All right, give me 1 second here. So, there is unequivocal evidence that Earth is warming at an unprecedented rate, and I believe that human activity is the principal cause. So we all know that the Earth's climate has changed throughout its history, but the current warming that our leading experts are reporting is happening is at a rate that has not been seen in the past 10,000 years. I think like in the 1970s, that's when they really started to have pretty good modern scientific assessments tools in place to
Right.
influence human activity on the warming that we were contributing to the climate. I think they've also taken information from natural sources like ice rocks, ice cores, rocks, tree rings, and using our modern equipment like satellites and shit. All of that starts to point towards a changing climate. So what this overall leads to is melting ice sheets, and that's great for many reasons. Increase the sea level. Say goodbye to Florida. Venice is already gonna die.
Well, Florida is forever going to live on by GTA 6, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, that's true. So the planet's average surface temperature has risen about 2 degrees Fahrenheit since the late 19th century. That's it. Most of the warming occurred in the past 40 years, with the 7 most recent years being the warmest. The years 2016 and 2020 are tied for the warmest year on record.
Wait, which years?
2016 and 2020.
Interesting. All right.
The ocean as well is getting warmer. The top 100 meters apparently.
Okay, why would you
showing-
say the ocean is getting warmer?
Because it literally fucking is. All right.
What do you mean by that? It literally is. What evidence do you have to support that?
The ocean has absorbed so much of the heat increase with the top 100 meters, or in in bald eagle units, about 328 feet of ocean, showing a warming of 0.67 degrees Fahrenheit since 1969. So, not even a full degree, but the ocean is slowly increasing, at least at the very top. And that's good for aquatic life. And then, the ice sheets, glaciers, all that shit feeds into the sea level. Not even just like global warming, but also the amount of pollutants adding to local ecosystems. So, the best
Well,
way to
I mean, we
combat
won't get into that because that's too much of a mouthful of feed, and for conservatards, it's going to be a little too much for them to defend. So,
how many fucking things were you posting?
Miyamoto, I'd love to hear your idea or opinion on climate change yourself.
Thank you.
All right, enough said.
No, I do agree, actually, with Amadeus. I do think that global warming is legitimate. I would assume that. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
No, I want to hear it. What is?
I was going to say I'm going to assume he's of the same mind that the Earth isn't flat.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the Earth isn't flat. I was gonna try and be funny, but I don't have any. I don't know how to play stupid into that one.
You had me nervous there for a minute. I was like, well, I guess.
Yeah, you're the problem.
I guess I'm the idiot.
Yeah.
I believe a flat Earth should be more worried about global warming because I feel like a flat Earth.
If the Earth's flat and the ice is melting, then that means that it's going to significantly increase the sea level.
I do like the idea that we are just like a disc floating through space, and just
yeah, and everything else is a sphere, but we're not.
Right. Yeah,
you know.
we're just a frisbee that got chucked from one end of existence to the other, and we're.
That's why I like hearing the pathological liar listening a lot or talking in the office a lot. All right.
Pathological. Yes.
Yeah. You didn't yet. It just took like a second. They're that's why I like hearing their views. Like they one time they're like, yeah, I know how to play poker, and then they played poker with us. They're the BJ guy. I talked about them last episode. But regardless, yeah. I think I was hoping for a little bit of discourse here. I guess unfortunately we're all at agreement that
well, I don't know.
the global temperature is rising. We're more of a left-leaning podcast, huh? Aren't we?
I don't have the opposition data. I mean, there's dumb fucks that just deny it and live in a bubble because it's terrifying or disconcerting to accept the fact that we are fucking up our planet irreversibly. But there's also, I know I've heard some people on other podcasts have like at least rational sounding explanations for why the Earth is increasing in temperature and how, yeah, we probably are damaging it, with our pollutions, all the other shit that we're emitting into the ozone, yada yada yada. But Earth is strong; she'll be fine. Quit fucking worrying.
I heard one of my superiors like agree, with global or disagree with global warming, and another person that just recently became my superior, can disagree with that.
So what did you say to them?
I didn't, because I didn't say anything because it was my first like week there. It was interesting to listen in. It was like talking about like California banning, or no, not California. It was like New York banning like gas stoves or something like that.
What?
And then they were just calling global warming like stupid. Is something that liberals came up with.
Why? Why would they come up with it?
I mean, that's just what they believed in. So, it was a justification of their beliefs. It was my superior and a white supremacist that exists. So that was just a conversation that I overheard. Of course, I didn't budge in because I'm new here. I'm new to this said job. So why would I just immediately disagree?
Because you say something and you speak up. That's why.
Sorry, I'm going to drop something that ties into what we were talking about earlier. From a while back. But
what I want before sleep, I love you. What I have, guess I'll just have to use my hand tonight. All right. Yeah, I mean, if I'm drinking, I don't really want to, do that. So I mean, I just sleep. But yeah, I guess I could agree with that.
But yeah, as far as global warming goes, if you think that the ice is actually melting, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, okay.
Obviously, obviously the Earth is getting colder. Obviously, you know,
Yeah.
Earth is getting colder.
we're definitely just trapping greenhouse gases under the ozone, you know, and the Earth's getting colder as a result of that.
Yeah.
Well, I have two things. So yesterday, it was a misty and also foggy day in like the mid to high 40s weather-wise in like mid part of Minnesota. Last year, it was -2 for a high and -11 and like 11 inches of snow.
I
So
can
pretty
attest to that. I was actually there last year
we,
around winter time, and then it hasn't even snowed yet. And
Yeah.
when I tell people I'm from said state, they're like, "Oh, it's really cold up there, isn't it?" It's basically Canada too, and it hasn't even snowed yet.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, at
the
least not where we are.
Yeah, northern Minnesota and some of Wisconsin, I've seen there be some snow. Even like in the Minneapolis area, it was snowing a while ago, but it's just not what it normally is. My solution though for like all the ozone is just kind of like poke a hole and let it escape out into space, and then we just close it back up,
You're
like
a
popping a
genius.
pimple. Like popping a pimple.
Wait, what are you talking about? The ozone layer?
Yeah, like open it, and then let it air out, and then close it back up.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you genuinely like retarded?
No.
Okay, so like the ozone layer was a layer or is a layer that has depleted because of gases, from like hairsprays and other gases that can affect it. It has opened, and it is open right now. It is currently recovering from an opening. Right.
So why can't we help recover it? Well, that's good. Like
That
if we
has
completely get rid of it, like weaken it so that the shit can just pass through and then we close it back up.
So you want
That
the ozone layer to be destroyed, which is the very thing that stops
weaken.
UV radiation from entering the atmosphere.
Well, no, the radiation can't travel that far. Do you know how fucking far the sun is? It's like
All right.
18 billion miles.
All right.
Have you ever heard of sunburn?
Yeah, that's because the sun is shining on your skin. That's not what radiation is. Radiation,
It's from like nuclear power plants. Yeah.
yeah, like nuclear, yeah, the fucking Hiroshima, fat man, little boy type shit.
All right. You're giving me an aneurysm right now. All right. What the?
I was trying to see how long I could go before laughing. Fuck.
I like that Shrek thing, whatever you just posted. So.
Yeah, just some of the memes.
No, wasn't that a thing that happened in the 60s though? Like we kept on detonating nuclear warheads in a specific spot kind of high up and that started to puncture me. I can just look this shit up. Why the fuck am I asking?
Maybe. I mean, there's a specific individual that was penetrating the ozone layer, and he was like one of the most like deadly persons on the planet. And he actually died by one of his own inventions. Yeah, it was like some automatic like bed pulley system that he strangled himself with. But he actually created lead inside gasoline. So he created a whole generation that was just stunted mentally because lead affects your mental state, and no amount of lead is really good for you. So
Lead paint's there. Okay. So here's another fun, interesting thing that'll happen to our planet once we go nuclear. When a nuclear weapon explodes in the air, the surrounding air is subjected to a tremendous amount of heat, followed by relatively rapid cooling. Those conditions are ideal for the production of a tremendous amount of nitric oxides. These oxides are carried into the upper atmosphere, where they reduce the concentration of the protective ozone. Ozone is what prevents harmful ultraviolet radiation from reaching Earth's surface. the nitric oxides
Huh.
could reduce the ozone levels as much as 30 to 70%, depending on like how frequent the area is hit. Yeah. So with like all the nuclear testing that we did in the 60s and 70s, I wouldn't be too surprised if a lot of areas are, I mean, aside from the radiation left behind from the bomb itself, just way more prone to intense heat and more intense sun rays.
So you say the nuclear testing did affect the ozone layer?
Yeah.
Was it major or was it like significant? Because I feel like, because I think the Army did recently reignite its nuclear testing program.
I mean, I guess I'm curious. I don't know. The article I just read mentioned like if a nuclear weapon is detonated in the sky, I mean, it still has an effect on the ground, but it also is a lot closer. So I'm not sure how much of a difference it has detonating on the ground versus however high in the sky they typically do detonate. Alright. Potential for this amount of smoke injected into the stratosphere to cause global climate change was shown by the TTAPS study, where the outcome was likened to a nuclear winter. More recently,
You think we'd be good with a nuclear winter because that would decrease global warming?
I mean, that
Be
would
like
be
a
one way to
factory
solve it.
reset.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to see a bomb like that go off before my eyes.
It is
no.
like what one of the white supremacist dreams he told me was to see a nuclear bomb from a survivable distance. So
That'd be interesting to see while tripping. I wouldn't lie. That'd be kind of fun.
I think what I don't think you'd even need to trip to like get a feeling from that or get a specific like emotion.
No, but like it would just be enhanced, you know?
Like, can you imagine enhancing one of the most like enhanced, like higher level of human experiences ever?
Yeah, it's like taking another shot
What's
after
higher
having
than
another
seeing
shot.
like what tier is higher than seeing like the most human destructive weapons known to man?
Seeing the most
Like with your
destructive
own
human
eyes.
weapon ever made, but while on a substance.
Yeah. I guess so. But,
I mean, would you rather see it sober or would you rather see it slightly tipsy?
I would rather see it sober so we could take it all in properly.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I don't really have anything crazy to say to that.
No, I guess we all agree on global warming, right? Unless the female disagrees with that, because I don't think she heard. I heard her chime in too much, but
I do not disagree with anything.
with anything, all right. So you're just a sheeple.
Yes.
So yeah. So we're, I guess, mostly. I'd say we're in the middle. I wouldn't say that. I'd say we're in the middle, leaning left. If we were to put our podcast on a spectrum politically.
For this current episode, yeah, we're
I mean,
centrist.
I guess in general, though, right? I mean,
We're pretty
obviously,
right wing. Like that's the vibe I try and go for.
our opinions on guns differ from the left, but I feel like a
Well,
big chunk of it. I mean, we're Gen Z. We're supposed to be more like open to ideas, right?
I mean, guns are the worst thing that's ever happened to America.
We can talk about that.
Oh,
Guns and Christmas. If they're just shooting on Christmas, OPP, I guess. I would not say we overtly supported that, but
yeah.
What do you mean by that? Considering someone who actively owns more guns than anyone. I guess than all of us combined here.
Well, it's that it's a tale. Jesus, if I can speak, it's a tale as old as time. Uh, it's just the whole cyclical story that it has. Guns don't kill people. Bad people with the guns kill people. Well, why do we
Right.
give the guns to the bad people? Because bad people are giving guns to bad people. And then the cycle just rotates, and they're like, okay, we should get rid of the guns. And then they're like, no, because that's just going to make more bad people. And then they're
You
like,
get rid of
okay,
the
well,
guns. The good people can have it, but the bad people can, kind of thing.
yeah,
Me
yeah.
back in
And
ninth grade.
I
Kind of thing.
was I was talking to this liberal individual uh, a while back, and we had this, and this has always bothered me because he went to college. He has a degree in underwater basket weaving, granted, or something to that effect. It's a pretty lowbrow degree, but he went to University of Vermont, so he really enjoys bringing that up whenever he gets a chance. Anyways, so he said we should take away all guns except for law enforcement and the military. And I was like, okay. I was like, you can do that, but stabbings would increase. And he's like, no, they would not. And I was like, yes, they would. They would definitely increase. I was like, look at the UK,
Look
right?
at Australia. Yeah.
They banned weapons, and now what do you hear about in all these rap videos and you see on the news? It's not, oh, I beat this man to death. It's I stabbed him or I used a machete and cut him into pieces in front of his family.
Right. Well, I mean, I
Like,
think
right,
Australia is the best example of it because they did exactly what
right, yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. And and so I told him, I was like, you could take away guns, you could take away knives. People are gonna kill themselves or kill each other. If they really want to kill each other, it doesn't matter what. They'll kill each other with something. You could that you take away knives, they'll start stabbing each other with spoons. They'll start stabbing each other with sticks. You can't ban everything. It's gonna get to the point where if somebody really wants to kill someone, they'll be killing each other with sticks of deodorant if they have to.
Yeah. I mean, if
That
someone's like that angry and wants
right.
to, you know,
So the whole argument that if we take away guns, that fixes everything. That doesn't fix everything. And then there's the other half of that argument where you take away the guns from the people that are good, honest people that are just trying to keep themselves safe. You take the weapons away from them, and now the criminals still have weapons and are still shooting individuals that don't have weapons, and now these individuals have no means to defend themselves reasonably.
yeah. I mean, unironically, I do have a topic on that I just wrote up a couple hours ago. Is I keep getting these videos on unrealistic gun sales in movies or like in TV shows and like in America where like, yeah, I want to buy this gun. I want to kill someone. And then they're like, "Oh, okay. Well, just we'll do this questionnaire, and then you can just walk out today with this weapon." Yeah. What are your thoughts on unrealistic Hollywood depictions of gun sales in America?
They can depict it however they want. It really has no bearing. For the most part, anybody that has purchased a weapon before from a gun store knows how it actually operates versus
But
how
right, I mean, but it's still like manipulating the social opinion or
right.
vast majority of the
Eh,
opinion on certain things, just like nuclear power. The most efficient power source known to man. You know, it just a few things can have influence social opinion and change the course of humanity of it. What are your
it I don't know. The biggest thing, I guess, I don't know. That's a difficult one because it's not going to change. It's not going to change how gun stores operate. It's just going to change people's outside opinions looking at it, which I guess in turn would it could be extremely detrimental because then you have lawmakers that have never stepped foot into a gun store just assuming that that's how gun stores operate.
So that's what I'm saying was what happened. What's happening is it's changing political opinion on it, and because of that, social perception is
Well, at that point, uh, that's kind of a tough spot because you could try to mandate what Hollywood produces as far as how gun stores operate, but
that's right. I mean, but that's also an infringement on the freedom of speech, right?
right, yeah,
Mm.
you're gonna lose that fight every time.
Yeah. I was just
So
curious what you thought about that, since like if you've ever seen like a TV show and like,
I've seen
I'd like to buy a gun to kill someone, and they're like, oh, okay,
I mean, because it's not how it works. You go in there, and yeah, you fill out a questionnaire, but then you have there's an online portion that you have, and obviously it depends on state to state, right?
right,
Uh, some of them have you do a paper version and an online portion. Some of you have you do like a whole paper version or just an online version or whatever. But like for Idaho, you go in, you fill out like a paper copy of this questionnaire, you do an online portion, and then they wait. I think it's like 20 minutes for that to get processed, and then they call the office that produces the like the I don't want to say permit because it's not a permit, but it's basically a permit.
okay,
It's
yeah,
basically it's not a piece of paper that you get. It's for their records to say that this guy purchased this firearm and this is the serial number that it is, and they just hold on to it for their records.
right,
So basically, they have to wait for that to get produced and get like a case number or whatever for you, and then you you pay the money, you get your firearm, and then you're good at that point. That's all assuming, right, that they do the background check too, and there's no felonies or anything like that on there. So it's not like you just walk in and you're like, I'll take that 30 round clipazine 50 caliber bolt action assault
yeah.
machine
The
nuke.
clipazine,
Yeah,
yeah,
the assault machine nuke you have over there for 5 cents. I'll take 10 of those and 3 billion rounds, please. I'm gonna go shoot up a movie theater.
yeah. I
And
mean,
then they're like,
actually,
okay, cool, yeah, that
yeah,
sounds great. Actually, do you mind if I go with you? Because
yeah.
that sounds like a great time. Let's go do that.
Yeah, let's go to a DC movie and start doing
Let's
some
go.
fun
Let's go
shit.
fire our fully automatic nuclear assault lasers into the crowd.
Yeah. No, I mean in Minnesota they have you do it's an online portion. The waiting period, I'm not sure. I didn't get that far, but I didn't have I was trying to get I believe it was I think it was just like a 12 gauge, just like a
Something.
simple
Some-
weapon, something to start off with. All right. And I didn't have my license updated to the current residence that I lived in, so I was immediately denied, which is fair. I mean, I literally just moved there and I didn't know the whole process of it.
Right.
So I mean, so yeah, I didn't have my license updated. So I said fuck it, and I got a grill instead. But yeah, I mean,
You bought a grill instead?
yeah. So I just said fuck it, and I'm
You,
gonna do
you
something
went
else.
you went into the store to buy a firearm and you left with a grill?
Yeah. So like I went into the store for one American item, and then bought another overtly American item.
I guess if you were going in for strictly for the American aspect, I guess you made it.
It wasn't just for the American aspect. I kind of wanted
It's
the experience, or I kind of wanted to own a firearm and
be able to say that that firearm is yours and you own it legally is it's a great feeling, honestly.
yeah,
You know,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think
then you start to have a respect. I mean, you kind of already have it being in our organization, but you have a respect for responsibility because at this point you are the owner of an item of equipment that can end people's lives,
exactly. Yeah.
right?
Um.
And it's extremely dangerous if it's not in responsible hands, but at the same time is a lot of fun to have, and also teaches a lot of good fundamentals and a lot of safety. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Safety habits.
Right.
Me personally, I think that they should be They should go back to, I think it was the 70s. They would teach firearm safety in all the elementary schools.
Yeah, my dad would talk about that a lot, actually. Like he remembered that when he was younger.
I think that's a really, really important thing to have.
Actually, I actually had that. What I think it was right before high school. I took a firearm safety, and I got, it's like a certain permit on your, license you can get, just firearm certified.
Right.
Just that, I can legally hunt or some shit like that at a certain age. But like I think that was an important class for me to take. It was nice, I got to shoot various different weapons. Got to learn,
Yeah, at the
some
very
bits
least, you
about
get to
hunting.
you get to shoot guns, but like the key thing is that you're teaching people at an impressionable age about firearm safety, so that when they grow up, they have a better understanding.
Well, yeah, that was
what
the
they're
main
expecting,
point I was trying to.
and that they can understand that people, for instance, concealed carrying, they're not out there trying to shoot everything that fucking moves. They're trying to
Yeah.
protect themselves first and everyone around them second.
I guess there's that, but like the main thing for me was just, the hunting aspect. Just
Right.
but
I was strictly
but there's
talking from a concealed carry standpoint, but hunting as well, same thing.
that's
You're,
fair. I
you're
think
going out there for sport, right? But you're going out there with a purpose, and it's
Right.
it's an intended purpose. You're not going out there and just firing 75 rounds off into the nearest pickup truck because it's fun.
Right. I mean, personally, I think anyone who has a concealed carry should have some sort of license, in the sense of like they took classes on how to use said firearm before
Now
obtaining it.
I'm gonna drop a little bit of you're gonna find this disturbing, and any of the other viewers, if you legitimately care about firearm safety, you're gonna find this disgustingly disturbing. So
Okay.
I did take a concealed carry class over here in North Carolina. I think it was probably 2 years ago now, and so I had just gotten off of a 24-hour shift, right? So
Yeah.
first of all, he is legally not allowed to let me go into the class because of that, because I'm not safely allowed to operate a firearm. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Still let me take the class and go to the range and fire after I told him that I'd been up for 24 hours prior.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're in set organization, so you can handle it.
Right. I didn't care. But at the same time, it wasn't put on by that organization. It was put on by a local convention center.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So it shouldn't matter at that point. The law should stay rigid for a reason.
Yeah, but they trust you because you're in said organization.
But
You know?
here's where the rest of it goes, because that wasn't even the worst part. So we go through the classroom portion. It's about 6 hours, right? I think it's about 6 hours. So you just go over. It covers North Carolina law specifically, but it does have what do they call it? I can't remember. I will say consistency that allows that concealed carry permit to be valid in other states as well, Idaho included.
Right. Okay.
So we finished the online, or I mean the in-class portion, and we start heading out to the range, and it is bring your own firearm, right? Obviously, they want you to be comfortable shooting whatever it is you are going to be carrying.
Right.
We go out there, right, and they set up targets at 3 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards. Okay, I've already been firing a handgun for some time, so I'm comfortable with what I've got. And I went out there and I shot my target it was 5 rounds into 3 yards. And the idea was, he told us you have to hit within a certain size circle. I'd say it's about a 4-inch diameter circle. All 5 rounds have to land in that circle, right? Or you do not pass. I saw people shooting the bench that they were standing in front of. They shot the bench. They shot the bench. They shot over the berm. They shot the dirt. They shot the sticks that was holding the target. And then they would hit somewhere on the paper at random.
That's amazing.
This man signed off on their permits anyways.
That's good. That's good to hear. That's a pretty accurate to what I've seen.
but people
terrifying
concealed carry. So
because you. And that's why I brought it up is because you were like, I expect them to have some sort of concealed carry, saying that they learned how to handle their
Yeah.
firearms. Well, now you need to understand that they're starting to let the idiots have concealed carry licenses because these instructors are just too lazy to give a shit.
So I didn't say I expect them to. I just said that
No,
like
I know.
I would like them to because I know that there's a lot of
I-
idiots handling these. But
And
yeah,
I'm just adding that on there that you can't necessarily trust them to. Which
right.
it
Yeah.
sounds funny coming from me because I love firearms and I love everything about firearms, but you got to be realistic here when you're talking about firearm safety.
No, I mean that's not crazy to me at all. I mean I've worked retail before, and someone who had said concealed carry, they were like searching for their wallet. So logically, what they did was pull the gun out of their pocket and put it on the counter right in front of me, and then and then just to find their wallet, so they could pay for their groceries.
I do have to cut my time short, however, for this one. I have some important phone calls I got to make, and I know that sounds ridiculous. What with it being 10:40, but
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean this is
it ties in with the being alone for Christmas thing. I got to make these phone calls because the family is gonna go out camping for Christmas, and they're not gonna have cell service, so they want to do all the phone calls now.
no, it's good to hear. I mean, it sounds like you have like a decent, healthy family then, at least to some extent.
They try. They try.
Well, that's good. But yeah, that's fair. I feel like this podcast has gone on for a while, and I think it's just you and I at this point. I don't know if
Well,
the
we're
other two
here.
died or
You guys were just kind of having a back and forth.
it's a Molly moment. But yeah, no, that's fine. I think, yeah, I'll let you go.
Okay, I appreciate it.
But yeah, you have a good night. We have.
All right, you guys too.
Yeah. All right. Talk back the host real quick so we can wrap this up. Okay.
First time we've ever moved back to host. Actually, I suppose that's like the first time our guest has left before we ended the episode.
That is actually interesting. But yeah, we talked about global warming, loneliness. We're gonna talk about suicide. I think we already talked about that. It's kind of a myth that it happens throughout the holiday season,
Yeah.
which is good to hear. Makes it a little more lighthearted. People aren't killing themselves left and right. It's more like in July, so you can feel guilty around then. But right now, you can be guiltless. So
yeah,
I feel like a lot of the problems that we have with this podcast here is the guests we have is very similar to how we operate. We don't have a lot of.
We've had one guest that has a fair amount of different opinions, but we couldn't get them to talk about it as much as we would have liked to.
Yeah, well, who's that again?
Molly's coworker.
I mean, okay, yeah. I think a big problem was that pedophile boyfriend talking the whole time, and they would like talk over her, and then she wouldn't be able to like fully present her topics. So I think if we just had one with her, it would be an interesting episode. But I remember when I mentioned that I made $5 a day from jumping. She was like, "You only make $5 a day?" And she thought I was like some Chinese like warehouse worker. She thought that's all I made.
Friend.
What's that?
We have a Chinese warehouse worker friend.
Yeah, and granted, I look like of ethnic type when I was
adolescent. You know, I don't feel like I operate that way anymore. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should call it here. I'm not being very insightful.
You guys have been pretty quiet for the past like half hour, so
Hey, you have a stimulant, all right, to keep you up. I have nothing.
I have a
Like,
depressant.
yeah, technically a depressant, but like being drunk, does it really make you sleepy?
It makes me sleepy when I'm like tired enough. Well, like when I'm okay. Well, I guess it really depends on the mood you're in, right? You know, right now I feel like to be more social and interactive with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, once I'm out of that stage, I want to slow down, I guess. But yeah, I can definitely say right now I am intoxicated. So you can begin this almost 4-hour hiatus. Holy shit. We have gone on for a while. But we can begin this 4-hour hiatus by listening to, you know, how I've digressed throughout the time. And we'll see you next time with our what is it? Our fucking
New Year's special.
New Year's special.
Last episode of 2023.
Last episode of 2023. One of the last few episodes of this season. We are ending on episode 26. I feel like that's like very symbolic because the highest we've ever gone with OPP is 25. So I feel like we should just go to 26 just to like symbolically like how to end the season.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Because we've always ended it, but we never really like ended the season. So like the season has technically gone on for like 3 years. So I feel like this is we're finally gonna end it. All right, 2024 OPP season 1 is officially ending, and we're gonna try something new with season 2. I already have some hoodie designs, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. We will see you on the next episode.
OPP.
OPP. Okay.
But yeah, we'll see you on the next episode. Yeah. Last episode of 2023.
OPP. We.
OPP.